ain't tryna see your hand out. No freebies, better pay out. Y'all so cheap, man, we stay out. Flow like a breeze, don't play around. Y'all better pay for the CD. Y'all better pay to come see me. They left the whole crowd sleeping, and that's why you really gon' need me. Y'all better pay for the CD. Y'all better pay to come see me. They left the whole crowd sleeping, and that's why you really gon' need me.
Yeah, I've been on the road, chill. 31, baby, living out my dream still. I just got off a tour, the product in store, I'm playing. I'll be rocking with the guy in the horse, yeah. You just hopped in the coupe, got lock in the shoes. I worship his Zeus, you not gonna shoot. I'm watching you do the campaign, swear I'm blocking these fools. I got studio time, I got my watch in the booth, yeah. They be praying on my downfall. I'm an outlaw, switching pulls every stanza like Southpaw. How come your mouth off when y'all soft? No, you see me on the trampoline, about to bounce off, yeah. It's a matter of time, I know you see me standing in the front, back of the line. I happen to grind every minute, passing the time. We ain't never been friends, how you acting like mine? Y'all need contentment, y'all got resentment. God's grace lead to repentance. You live for mentions that make me question how you gonna handle a gift if you don't know how to stew a blessing. You can't do it, you don't want a dream chase, you don't put your hands to it. You know the circle shrunk, 4th and 40 got a punt. No, I don't do what I want, I do it for the kingdom come. I ain't know that I was flowing, I ain't showing sign of slowing. I am going for the juggler, mate, the one to debate. But you seem to want it for free. I ain't doing video unless I'm gonna get paid, yeah. I've been working on a gift, I ain't doing free shows. You can call me here again, you can call me what you want, it's really absurd. Just because you're the church, doesn't really mean you don't have to pay me what I ain't worth.
I ain't tryna see your hand out. No freebies, better pay out. Y'all so cheap, man, we stay out. Flow like a breeze, don't play around. Y'all better pay for the CD. Y'all better pay to come see me. They left the whole crowd sleeping, and that's why you really gon' need me. Y'all better pay for the CD. Y'all better pay to come see me. They left the whole crowd sleeping, and that's why you really gon' need me. Y'all better pay for the CD. Y'all better pay to come see me. They left the whole crowd sleepy, and that's when you really gon' need me.
Okay, we back now. It's been a minute, foot is on the gas now. Ain't no limits, I swear I can never cap out. Yeah, they don't let me loose, I'ma act out. Cause I'm back out. Whoa, look, I'm back now. Back now, back now, back now, back now. Somebody tell them that we back now. Back now, back now, back now, back now. Somebody tell them that we, yeah. I got the city on my shoulder, straight to the top, yeah. I told you I never drop what I'm holding, yeah. I got the team with me, we gotta go and we on a roll, so we never see defeat. Yeah, lights still shine even when the world's dark, and I still stride even when it gets harder. We stayed steady since the day that we started. No, we ain't stopping, I know we got it. Look, we back now. It's been a minute, foot is on the gas now. Ain't no limits, I swear I can never cap out. Yeah, they don't let me loose, I'ma act out. Cause I'm back out. Whoa, look, I'm back now. Back now, back now, back now, back now. Somebody tell them that we back now. Back now, back now, back now, back now. Somebody tell them that we back now. Back now, back now. Look, we back now. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command like, yeah, you about to see me on demand like, you know, on demand. you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Hey, on the roll, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll. Hey, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Yeah, on the roll, here we go, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Hey, on the roll, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll. Hey, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Yeah, on the roll, here we go, here we go. Here we go. On a roll, here we go, here we go.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Frankie Candles live stream every single weekday right here at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Frankie Candles YouTube channel. What is going on, Candle Mafia? I apologize for no live stream last night, guys. I had a bunch of really top secret things going on. No, I'm kidding, guys. It was pretty run-of-the-mill stuff. I had some stuff to take care of with Mrs. Candles, guys, so I apologize for no live stream last night. But as you guys saw on Dave's Super Chat, per his agreement, tonight's live stream will be 4 hours. I'm just kidding. It's actually going to be a short stream, guys. I'm also kidding. But what is going on, Candle Mafia? Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate every single one of you guys. And specifically, guys, I appreciate Dave Digital keeping me laughing on the other side of the camera here. But guys, tonight we got an amazing show for you guys. We're going to be taking a look at Bitcoin. Are we looking for some potential more upside for Bitcoin? Because as you guys know, we were looking for a little bit of a dip to the downside. We kind of got it, and then we kind of came down a little bit yesterday, or I guess last night. But now, guys, there are some things on the charts that could be potentially pointing to some upside, so I want to go over those with you guys. Are they reliable signals, or are we just going to see a dump come in? We're going to be covering all that, as well as the top levels of resistance and support that you need to be keeping your eye on if you're looking for those saucy trades. But before we get into it, smash that like button, guys. Don't forget, every single 100 likes. I would say every 100 likes we get, you guys get a spin on the wheel of pain and pleasure, where we're going to be giving away a whole bunch of crypto tomorrow night on the live stream. 550 likes on tonight's stream. We will add some Frankie Candles hats, not the Bing Bong hats. I actually don't think we have these. These are there's 2 of these that exist. We're going to work on getting them available in the merch store for you guys. But we will add we'll add 2 Frankie Candles hats if we get 550 likes on tonight's live stream. But guys, without further ado, let's go ahead and say what's up to the Candle Mafia. I feel like I'm forgetting something. I don't know. I have this feeling that I have to turn around and do something. I don't know why. But let's go ahead and say what's up to the Candle Mafia. I see you guys going ballistic in the chat. Shout out to Dave Digital. Shout out to you, bro. Thank you for being here. And yeah, we'll have to see about that 4-hour live stream deal. That's a rough deal. But shout out to Dave. Don't tempt me with a good time. But yeah, shout out to Cuz I Can Bump It in the chat. We got Crypto Cowboy. What is going on? He says LFG. I say, what is up? Shout out to Crypto Cowboy. What is going on? We got Medic Monday. Medic Monday. Medic Money. What is going on, bro? We got Darren Does Things. As always, he says, Darren Does Things says, calling it now. New weekly high tomorrow incoming. Shout out to Darren Does Things. We're going to be talking about that on tonight's show. We got Raza in the chat. Let's go. He said, so ready to pamp. Let's get it. Shout out to you, bro. Last but not least, let's see. We got Lucas in the chat. We got 12 Big. What is going on? We got Johnny Two Pockets. Shout out to Johnny Two Pockets, my paisan. What is going on, man? And we got Blockchain Bruh. Shout out to you, man. We got Querty, and last but not least, shout out to Lucas Hughes. Says Bitcoin to 38K. We're gonna look at both scenarios, guys. A move to the downside and a move to the upside. Talk about the probabilities of each one playing out. And then I'll let you guys know kind of my final prediction here. So without further ado, guys, don't forget to smash that like button. I appreciate everybody for being here. And without further ado, let's go ahead and jump on into the charts. Here we go. Don't forget, guys, this is, oh God, don't look at this, guys. This is XO charts. This is not what we want to show. Here we are on TradingView. Let's shout out to Esha says, let's go big, Frankie. Shout out to you, bro. Thank you for being here. But guys, let's go ahead and break down this price action. Now, obviously, it feels like years since we've talked because I didn't do a live stream last night. But guys, as of right now, kind of what we've seen go on here. I actually want to talk about this local price action because we have gotten this nice little dip. And then again, yesterday we did have this little panic dump, this little liquidation wick, as I like to call them. We're going to take a look into that as well. But are we more likely, as you guys know, we have rejected from up here. I am still in that short position. I have my profits locked in, my stop loss at my entry. So if we do rip up, I'm going to get stopped out in profit, make a little bit of money. Can't complain about that. And then if we do go for higher prices, I am still in my 2 swing longs and a scalp long that will continue to pay me up on the way out here. So I want to talk about that and kind of the levels that we came down to tap here and why I do think there may be a potential possibility of getting a little bit of a pump to the upside here because there are some specific things I'm looking at. But first, let's go ahead and turn off that TA, come up to the higher time frames, and start analyzing the more macro price action. So as you guys know, we like to keep an eye on the weekly chart here to kind of gauge what our sentiment is in the long run, right? And as you guys know, my sentiment on Bitcoin right now is absolutely bullish in the long term, right? I do think we could easily continue a pump here, whether we get that dip first or not. Even if we did get a bigger dip, even if we came down to some pretty scary prices for a lot of people, I would still be remaining bullish on Bitcoin based off of the higher time frames, right? Fresh money flow crossover on the weekly. We talk about this all the time, guys. This is not something to scoff at, right? Like these weekly money flow crossovers can be pretty intense. You can see here last time we got a money flow crossover into on the weekly into the green back here in 2019. We continued our bear market rally, came back into the red during the March 2020 dump. I think we all know what was going on there, but just before that dump, we actually got a push into the green on the weekly money flow, and this dump was so quick that it didn't even have time to drag the money flow down with it. It was just a quick little dip and then back off to the races. So kind of my point in bringing this up, guys, is just to show you that the weekly money flow crossovers are nothing to mess around with, right? These are pretty serious bullish signals. But the question is this the money flow crossover where we're going to see maybe another pullback at some point before getting another parabolic bull run? I do think that is a possibility here. And as of right now, this crossover into the green, this money flow is getting thicker and thicker, which could indicate some more bullish price action in the long term ahead. So with that being said, I am definitely bullish in the long term for Bitcoin. As you guys know, our final target for this kind of big rally that we're seeing right now is basically up here at about 48 to 50K. So obviously, we have our macro golden pocket up here with that macro value area high. So we are expecting to eventually make it up here. And we did actually get a little bit of a dip here, just front running slightly these 2 naked points of control, which were kind of the levels that I was hoping to come down to. But as you guys know, the price action doesn't always do exactly what you want, right? And you can't expect it to. It's just part of the game, right? So, but we did get this little dip. Was this enough of a dip to see price turn around and then go for these higher prices? There's actually one more level in between here that I am looking at. As you guys know, it's a level we've been looking at for quite some time, sitting up here at about 46K. So I want to talk about that specific level as well. But just in the grand scheme of things, guys, if you're a swing trader and you're just checking in on me to see what I'm thinking, like I do still think like there's nothing on the charts here that are screaming that we're going to like dump down to 20K, right? I am expecting at least, maybe once we come up and tap these higher targets, then we could look at the bigger macro signals to see if we'll get a big dip. But we are eventually expecting this value area high macro golden pocket to get hit between 48 and 50K. So as we take those more macro signals off the more macro levels off the chart here, I do want to talk about the indicators, right? So Market Cipher B is rolling over here with our VWAP, and this is something we've been looking at for a while, right? Once we get this red dot on the weekly, that is likely going to be where, in my opinion, where I would expect a little bit bigger of a correction. But this thing does not want to cross over, right? Like, we are coming down here, but we are not getting the red dot. Hopefully, or not hopefully, but I would expect over the weekend, guys, eventually when we do print another weekly candle, that is probably going to be either where we see a little bit of support on that zero line with the VWAP, where we see it come up a little bit, or where we're going to see that red dot print, and we will likely see more downside. That is kind of the signal that I'm going to be watching over the weekend. I know it's only Thursday, but I am going to be watching these signals pretty carefully. Just like we were watching a couple of Fridays ago, we were looking at this green dot on the 2-day to anticipate this push to the upside, right, which we did get. And then we were looking at this red dot to anticipate the pull to the downside, which we did indeed get. Now, this is, again, why I knew. These are one of the big reasons why I was holding my long positions, and a reason why I shorted the top of the wick here, expecting that move to the downside. It had to do with these macro signals. So going into the next weekend, I will be watching for like the major signal I will be looking at is this red dot on the weekly time frame. So with that being said, not much has changed here really on the higher time frame. 6-day also looking for the red dot. Your 5-day is printing your red dot. 4-day red dot printing. 3-day red dot and bearish divergence confirmed. But remember, guys, you want to take these bear divs and these, honestly, any bearish signal you get in a big macro uptrend like this, you want to take it with a little bit of a grain of salt, right? That's why we're being much more greedy with the longs. As you guys know, I have been holding my long entry from down here at 26.8. I believe my entry was right here. I've been holding that trade for quite some time, and there's a reason for that. We're not just blindly holding this trade, hoping for it to go up higher. There's been no reason to close that longer-term swing trade, so we hold it, right? Moving on down to the lower time frames, let's come on down to the daily. Now, I want to talk a little bit about why we may be able to get a little bit more of a push to the upside. Now, if we come on down here to the, or just to the daily, right? Daily VWAP rolling back to the upside. You guys can see here, 16-hour money flow actually coming up a little bit here, looking to potentially put in a higher high. If we wind up doing that, that would be a pretty significant signal, in my opinion, that we are likely to break these highs and come up to these upper targets, closer to about 46K, right? Coming on down to the 12-hour, same thing, money flow coming back up, VWAP rolling over a little bit here, taking a look at your 10-hour, money flow kind of rolling over, VWAP rolling over as well, and even looking at the 12-hour here, guys, pretty bullish candle, right? Bullish hammer candle here on the 10-hour time frame. Oftentimes, when you see price get pushed down like this and the bulls just eat up that wick and push the candle up like that, oftentimes this is a sign of a potential reversal, right? It's just simply a bullish candle, right? Makes sense, right? Price came down, and then it just all got eaten up, making that body close very small to the top of the candle, looking like a hammer, right? In this case, a bullish hammer. But just some of the reasons why I do think we could get that pump to the upside. And, again, this daily green dot may be the signal that gives us that push to the upside. Coming on over to the 90-minute. Also, you guys can see once we pull up that, once we see that daily green dot looking to print, you want to come right down to the 90-minute time frame and analyze the money flow, right? We already have our money flow crossing over into the green here, and once that green dot winds up printing on the daily, you want to be looking at that 90-minute money flow. If you have that money flow, maybe we come back into the red, we get a little fake out into the red, but if you get that money flow crossing over into the green at the same time as that daily green dot, that could indicate a much bigger move to come in. Let's see. Shout out to Keenan. Shout out to Keenan Hinson. He says, hey, Frankie, do you think Chainlink's next resistance is $17, or am I wrong? And much love. Thank you for that super chat, bro. I appreciate you so much, Keenan. I will go ahead and take a look at Chainlink. We'll actually take a look at it before we even look at Ethereum, because there are some more targets. There are some more targets to the upside for Chainlink that I am looking at. So we'll talk about that. Very specific levels, actually. All right, let's see. Shout out to Riffs. I appreciate that super chat, bro. He says JTO ? I'm not 100% sure exactly what JTO is. I assume it's a coin. He says I'm trash with the charts. Bullish ? Shout out to you, bro. Let me go ahead and I would write that down, but this pencil doesn't have actual lead or graphite in it. But actually, Rob, if you could add JT. Oh, thank you. Rob, let's go, bro. Rob already saying link on the list. And if you could add JTO there as well, I will take a look at that for riffs. Shout out to you, bro. Thank you for the super chat. But continuing on, guys, like we're kind of in an interesting area here, right? Because as you guys know, on Wednesday, what's today? Today's Thursday, right? Yeah, today's Thursday. So on Tuesday, guys, we were looking here at the chart as we were kind of giving a push to the downside, looking for a potential continued move up to some very specific levels, right? One of those specific levels was this golden pocket here where we are sitting right now, sitting at about $43,000. Now, I'm going to go ahead and grab my volume profile or my fixed range. I'm going to pull this little local range that we had right here. So these are some of the levels we were looking at to the upside. As the other day, we were expecting a potential bounce to come in here, looking for some potential fresh short entries. As you guys know, we were looking for that move up into number one, this level, which is again the golden pocket. And then we were also looking just slightly above that to our 786, which is actually, in my opinion, little bit more of a strong level, right? Because we have a 786 up here in confluence with that point of control. We also have a weekly naked point of control up here at about $44,000. So this is going to be an interesting level for me to watch, right? And this was on the charts here on Tuesday as well. These are the levels that we were looking at, right? So why is this level extra interesting? Well, number one, you have the weekly naked point of control. Very, very strong level to watch. 786 and POC confluence. That is also very, very nice. And then something else I want you guys to realize here is that we have these somewhat equal highs sitting right here just at that weekly naked point of control. Now, what does this mean? Oftentimes, when you have these equal highs, you develop a lot of liquidity above these levels, right? Because you come up, people short, and their stop losses wind up going just above that. So what does that mean? That basically means that we could have a pocket of liquidity sitting right here, right? We could have a pocket of liquidations and stop losses sitting just above these highs as well as above these highs. Now, I don't want anyone getting it twisted. Just because you have liquidity above does not necessarily mean that you're just going to go sweep the liquidity and dump, right? There's more analysis that has to go into, you have to put more analysis into it than to just like randomly see, like, I think there's liquidity here. When we come up and take the liquidity, I'm shorting, right? You need some more confirmation than just that. But we know, just based off of your general liquidity theory, that you see these equal highs, and you know that there's likely a lot of liquidations and stop losses above. And obviously, we could take a look at our liquidation chart here. I'll pull it up from High Block. You guys can take a look at this, and you can see, right, all these equal highs, you actually do have a significant amount of liquidations. And the interesting part here is that these are actually medium leverage liquidations, right? So, in my opinion, right, and again, this is just above those highs, and then you can also see there's some more low leverage liquidations just above that wick high that we were looking at right up here. So what does this mean, right? Well, it does mean that you could potentially, and on top of this, right, on top of all this liquidity here, we also have key levels. We have that weekly naked point of control, like shooting right through this purple box. So if price winds up coming back down, or I'm sorry, coming back up, what can we look for? Well, you could potentially look for a push to the upside, a sweep of that liquidity, and then look for a reversal to the downside. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that that is going to be where a gigantic dump starts, but it is a very, very likely scenario where you will see some kind of a pullback. And if you're looking at the lower time frames, it's a very, very good opportunity to catch some scalp trades, or scalp shorts in this case, right? So we do have that liquidity sitting above. That is definitely something you want to keep in mind. And even right here at about $43,660, we have some high leverage liquidations, which if price comes up here and hits these high leverage liquidations, when you hit those high leverage liquidations, guys, that's where you typically see those big wicks to the upside. And if this thing wicks up, you're going to tap into this liquidity as well, adding to the cascade of liquidations, potentially pushing price up, right? And again, depending on how high that wick goes, you may be able to even come up and liquidate these low leverage shorts sitting from above the actual high right here. So this is, this isn't why I am expecting higher, but again, the reason I am expecting to potentially push up a little bit here is more based off of, honestly, here's the thing, right? there's no guarantee we come up. But I'm just saying, if we get this green dot on the daily, that may be able to push us up. And if we keep pushing up and we do not reject that area that we just looked at, this second purple box sitting right here on that weekly naked point of control, if we wind up coming up and we do not reject this, or we don't get a strong swing failure pattern without hitting that liquidation cascade, this might be able to trigger a pretty big push to the upside, right? Because once you push above these levels, you're going to start hitting those high leverage liquidations, which is going to push that wick up. And then you're also going to start tapping into these low leverage liquidations just above this wick right here, which could potentially cause the bigger push to the upside. So again, if that green dot prints and it's able to push us into this area, that's where I would expect the bigger move to the upside, right? Now, if we do get that to happen, right? So does that make sense to everybody? I want everyone to understand what I'm looking at, right? So the market cipher is letting me know what may happen. That's what's making me think, hey, money flow's starting to come back up, especially with that 90-minute crossing over into the green. If we get that green dot somewhat soon, we may be able to get that quick move, right? And then you kind of have the mixed signals here. You have your 4-hour money flow finally crossing over into the red. But again, here's the thing. Well, let me finish this thought, right? Green dot on the daily, if that gives us the move up, even your 2-day VWAP is starting to round off here. Too soon to take anything away from that. But if you continue, I mean, again, if that daily green dot prints, we get a liquidation cascade, and then this VWAP starts rolling up again, and even your 3-day has confirmed the green dot, which basically enables it to come back up into the green, to print another green dot. But market cipher is what's making me look to the upside, and then we know by looking at the high block capital chart that if we do push up, things could get moving pretty quickly. Just like we see low volume gaps, and that's where price moves through very quickly, these liquidation levels can actually act as the same, kind of in the same manner, right? And I'll actually talk about a tiny little high leverage scalp trade that I caught last night, somewhat by accident, but you guys can see here, right? The reason I was calling this wick down here a liquidation wick is because if you come to the high block capital chart, you can see, right? I can't go into bar replay mode, I don't think, on this chart, but, as we were sitting up here, guys, price pushed down, and then what happened when you start hitting these levels, right? Big wick to the downside. You hit here, big wick to the downside, big wick to the downside, because you started triggering all of these long liquidations, right? And that's what gives you that quick move. So we're basically looking for a very similar thing. If we push up and hit these high leverage liquidations at 43,668, that's where we could potentially see one of these big wicks to the upside. So there you go, right? That is another reason why we are looking, again, like look at all this liquidity sitting above us, and that big high leverage liquidation level right here could kick you off into the rest of that liquidity. So just something I'm looking at right now, guys. I will say this. Right now, I am approaching the markets as a neutral trader, right? Although I am bullish in the long term, right now, I am very well hedged on the long side. I have 2 swing longs and a scalp long that are doing very, very well right now. So right now, basically what I'm doing is taking my stab at shorts, right? We shorted the top up here, took profits on the way down, and now my stop loss is at my break-even point, right? So if we get stopped out, we made money on this little dip to the downside. No big deal. If we continue up, I'm already in my swing long positions that will continue to pay me out. So I have to say this. I'm a little bit more focused on trying to catch scalp shorts right now because I'm already in a bunch of longs, right? So I don't need a 5th long position. I'm already positioned long, right? So not only am I looking for the scalp longs, I'm eventually waiting. And we talked about this on the live stream all last week, guys. We are not concerned. I am not personally concerned we took our chances on scalp shorts here, made quick bags on the way up here and on the little dips, right? Caught the short up here, caught a little bag on the dip, and then if we come up to our next key level, which I'm going to bring up right now, simply going to be looking for more shorts and treating them all as scalp positions, right? But I don't want anyone thinking that just because I'm looking for shorts, you need to be shorting. That is not the case, right? The reason I'm really hunting or really looking to take scalp shorts right now is because, again, I'm just kind of sitting on my longs, right? It's not very active trading. These things are just paying me out. I'm taking profits, right? So I am actively searching for those little scalp shorts. And then eventually, maybe even if we reject from where we are now and we get a bigger move down, we're short from the top, right? And then eventually, whether we, break the highs here or come down from here, if we do come up, we're going to look for that short up here, and then maybe that's where you come down, and eventually we're going to catch that big move to the downside, right? Or maybe not. Maybe it'll happen while we're sleeping. We don't get into the position. But either way, that's my plan, right? People might be thinking, like, how is this guy expecting higher prices, but he's shorting? And it's just simply for the fact that I'm a trader, guys. Like, we make money whether the price goes up or down. But that doesn't mean that that needs to be your plan, right? There's a reason why I'm looking for the shorts, and it has to do with being so well hedged on the long side. So just keep that in mind, right? Everyone has their own trading plan, right? Like, if you're not in any long, if I was in no longs right now, let me tell you, I would have been seriously hunting for a long position down here, right? If I was in no longs, I'd be like, oh my God, we're probably going higher. Let me find an entry on these dips, and I would be really trying to snipe those scalp longs. But that's not the position that I'm in right now. So continuing on, what happens if we do break these highs? Those liquidations get triggered and we get that big wick to the upside. Where can we go, right? And that next key target that I'm going to be looking at is going to be about $46,000, right? Kind of a target that we've been looking at for quite some time on the channel. Where are we? Let's pull up the next targets here. Bada boom, right? So obviously, if we break these highs, next key target to the upside is going to be about 46K. The real technical level is $45,974. So this is kind of what I'm looking at. If we do push up, and again, we are eventually expecting that 48 to 50K golden pocket to get hit. So maybe we Lambo candle up there. Who knows, right? But this is not a game of trying to guarantee that you're going to be right about a big move. This is the game of having your key levels set and then analyzing price as it hits your levels to see if you could take advantage of any trades, right? And that's very important, guys. Like, I really like to preach that, right? Because, I think, especially as new people start to funnel into crypto, a lot of people are going to want to learn how to trade. And a lot of people approach trading with, is it going up or down? Be certain and then get into the trade. That's not how I trade, at least. I'm sure some people try to trade like that. But it's all about setting the key levels. Set your trap. Put out the net and let the price come to you. Price is the fish. Price is the fish. Let it come into your trap, and then when it's sitting in your net, you try to scoop it up, right? If they're actually sitting in the net, right? So, and then listen, if you come up here, right, and we start pushing up and there's no signals to go short here, we know, right? We know by analyzing, not only the trading view chart, but also the order flow, understanding that, hey, there's no signal to go short here. I think we go higher. You sit on your hands and wait for that move to the actual target. And then at this point, this is where I'm going to be very interested in trying to stack up on some bigger capital or higher capital swing shorts with lower leverage, right? And then with these, I've talked about this before, but for anyone who's not heard me talk about it, this is kind of where, hang on, let me pull up the actual value area. No, not that one. This one, right? So once we come up to this golden pocket, this is where I'm looking to load up on some swing shorts, right? And then if we wind up coming up higher, I may even ladder further in, right? I may add to the short, add to the short, add to the short. It wouldn't really be until we decisively flip this 786 at $57,600 that I would be willing to say, hey, I'm going to cut my losses. We might be going to 100K right now, right? So again, like this is kind of the zone I'm looking for swing shorts. But again, not just blindly shorting it, right? If we get up there and there's no signal to short, I'm simply not going to take the trade. And I'm going to continue sitting on my hands and just cashing out on my long positions. So, I just really want people to understand that because I think a lot of people are just really hung up on like trying to figure out if it's going up or down and trying to get into a position before the move happens. That is literally like the opposite of how I trade, right? Like I don't say, okay, it's going up, get into a long position. I set a level, wait for price to come to the level, find the confirmations, and take the trade. It's a way higher probability trading strategy, right? Or trading mentality, you should say. So remember, trading is a game of trapping, not hunting. So with that being said, those are the next targets to the upside, right? Like really the only thing sitting between us, in my opinion, the only thing sitting between us and 48 to 50K is, this purple box, obviously, which I will be looking for scalps at. And then if we get above this value area, looking up towards 46K, we get above 46K, going to be simply sitting on my hands waiting for that $48,000 to $50,000 Bitcoin, right? So that's how we're playing it, right? And, another reason why, we were looking for a move to the upside from here. And to be honest, I will say this, right? Recently, I guess on Tuesday when we were on the live, I was actually really much more expecting a lackluster push to the upside here and a potential short to be had right here. Now, I did catch a little bit of this move last night, but I don't know how – I have changed my sentiment a little bit, right? Because – on Tuesday, it was looking much more likely that we were going to come up here, put in a lower high, and then dump to the downside, which, by the way, is not out of the question, right? Definitely not completely out of the question, but I'm already positioned in here, right? So, if that happens, I'm making money on the short. So, and then, we did also look at the possibility of coming up into this level, which is still relevant, to potentially put in that lower high still and then get the bigger dump to the downside, which, again, is still on the table. But with the way money flow looks right now in the 90-minute, with the daily green dot looking to come in here, there is a possibility to get that pump to the upside. So again, I am approaching the markets right now pretty neutral, right? Because I'm short from the current top, and I'm long not from the bottom, but I'm long from 26 something, right? So I'm long from way lower. I'm short from the top. So I'm simply just like, hey, either stop me out of my short or come down, right? So again, like oftentimes we're in this cushy position where we're deep in profit on a long, deep in profit on a short, and like we're just waiting to get stopped out in profit on one of the trades, right? So, and on Tuesday, my sentiment was 100% a push up to here for a likely rejection or a push up to here for a likely rejection. So still potentially looking for this as a scalp, but I will say, as the charts have given us new information over the past day or so, it does look like I'm going to be a little bit more cautious on this scalp short, right? Almost expecting it to be a lackluster push to the downside before breaking these highs. But, I really do just want to push home, like, it doesn't matter. Like, people think you need to know exactly what is going to happen to make money trading. It is simply not the case. Simply not the case. And I think that's what really gets people, like, deters a lot of people, right? Because they're like, I said it was going to go up and it went down. If you were you want to be proactive so then you could be reactive, right? You want to be proactive finding the levels so when price comes to your level, you could be reactive by analyzing the interaction with that level to see if you can go short or go long, right? If not, you sit on your hands, stay out of a low probability trade, and you don't need to predict exactly what price is going to do. Like, what helps me sleep at night, guys, is like me looking at the chart and being like, instead of being like, oh my God, please pump, or I'm going to get stopped out or wrecked, right? I'm just simply saying, like, pump or dump. Like I'm going to make money either way. And I want you guys to be in that position too, because it's a beautiful feeling, right? So with all that being said, guys, that is what we're looking at on Bitcoin for the most part. So, again, not too far off of, we wanted the pump up to here, which is exactly what we predicted and wanted. But again, just being a little more cautious than I originally was going to be at these levels, potentially looking for more upside. But if we get it, now you guys know that we have that key level at 46K. And when we come into this purple box, not only do you know about the key levels in here, but you also know that we potentially have a lot of liquidity here. So you know what to expect if we interact with this level and push up. You guys know what I'm looking for. So, shout out to the CandleMafia. Let's go ahead and check in on chat real quick. Let's see. Shout out to Mike McCarthy. Says, bonk only goes up, no down. And it does seem like that is the case, at least as of right now. Let's see. Shout out to Blockchain Bruh. Shout out to you, bro. He says, Frankie dropping all kinds sauce. Shout out to you, bro. Thank you for being here. Let's see. B-Rad said, great start to a new career. Thanks to you and the Mafia. You guys changed my life. I'm truly grateful. Shout out to B-Rad Crypto, bro. I see you out there killing it, bro. Shout out to B-Rad Crypto. Congratulations on your success, bro. And if I had even a little bit to do with it, or if I've encouraged you at all, that makes me feel amazing. So shout out to B-Rad Crypto. Let's see. And shout out to Crypto Nate A, Crypto Nate B, Crypto Nate A. Shout out to Crypto Nate B. Shout out to you, bro. He says, let's see. He said, you could teach a man how to fish, but you won't get enjoyment if you don't catch it yourself. Absolutely. And that's why I do my content and make the content that I do, guys. I'm not going to sit here and sell you guys just blind trading signals, right? I'm not going to come on here and be like, long, short, right? Because I understand that that's likely going to lose a lot of people money, and I am not in the business of making people lose money. I want people to make money, and I don't understand other, and I'm not thinking of anybody specific here, but like there's a lot of people out there that are in this for money grabs, right? It's like, oh, do this, buy that. And of course we have sponsors. Of course we have affiliate links, right? Like we want to keep this business running, but for me to just give signals and get you guys, like eventually, if I get into a trade and I want to give you guys the signal to go long or go short, number one, you learn nothing, right? Which is good for me, bad for you. Right? That'd be good for me because then you're always going to be subscribed to me. You're always going to be in my premium Discord waiting for those signals because you don't know how to trade. Good for me, bad for you. That's why I don't do it, right? I want my people, I want to show you guys exactly how I fish, give you guys the rods, and have you practice and be there by your side and help critique you and give you advice, not financial advice, but just educational advice on what you could maybe improve on, right? To help you. My goal is to have people graduate, right? And go off and make money on their own. So again, that, signals would be good for me, bad for you. I do it the other way around. I don't care if you leave my premium Discord. I don't care if you don't watch every live stream. But if you're out there making money and I was a part of helping you do that, that is my goal, right? So shout out to the Mafia. Shout out to Crypto Anon said fish sauce. Shout out to Crypto Anon, guys. Don't forget to show some love to our mods in the chat. They help me out so much with this channel, and I know you guys appreciate them as much as I do. So show them some love in the chat. The hashtag fish sauce. Shout out to Crypto Anon. Let's see. Yeah, shout out to Rob the Crypto Snob said educational advice. Nice. Safe. Shout out to Rob the Crypto Snob. All right, let's go ahead and move on here, guys. I think it's about, how long have I been going for? All right, let's go ahead and take a look at some of these altcoins. First off, taking a look at Link. I'm going to come back to ETH. Don't worry. We're going to show ETH, guys. We're going to show ETH. Don't worry. But I want to take a look at Link really, really quick here. And here we are. So let's go ahead and dive in here. I'm going to zoom out on the higher time frames and see what we got going on. Let's see. Oh, yeah. If you guys want to see your favorite altcoin, go ahead and spam it in the chat. Well, don't spam it, but drop the alt you want to see in chat. Rob the Crypto Snob will count up the votes and let us know what coins we're looking at. And then we'll start analyzing them. Shout out to Dave Digital. Thank you for the super chat, bro. I appreciate you. He says, can I touch your rod? It sure is a nice rod. Well, this is actually a professional fishing rod, Dave. So it's custom. Took a long time to develop. Shout out to Dave. Shout out to Dave Digital. Like I said, always keeping me laughing on the other side of the camera. Shout out to you, bro. I see Bonk. Oh, Fetch AI. Okay. Woo. Okay. A lot of these coins I've been seeing on token metrics flashing bullish signals. So doesn't mean long anything. I'm just saying. But anyway, let's continue on here, guys. Taking a look at Chainlink. We have this previous value area, obviously something we've been looking at for quite some time. Value area low sitting right here at about 1686, which is our doorway to higher prices. Now, I do think, in my own personal opinion, to be honest with you guys, I'm not in a long right now, but I am looking for a swing long position on Chainlink, right? With the potential anticipation of breaking into this volume profile, right? If we go back to any of the altcoins, like I think AVAX was a pretty good example, or actually, you know what was a good example? Gala. We come up to the Gala chart here, guys. Like, we have been looking at these volume profiles, understanding that, chances are when you start knocking on the door to these previous volume profiles, oftentimes, if you get into them, you fill that entire range, right? So when you're looking at something like Gala, right, and you know that you're knocking on the door to higher prices, right, the value area low, this is the doorway to higher prices, you could potentially look for long positions in anticipation of coming into the range, holding it as support, and getting a quicker move to the top of the range, right, for a pretty significant gain, right, for about 15%. So very, very similar kind of thought process is going into Chainlink here, right? So we have obviously a value area above us, doorway to higher prices. We are 100% knocking on this door. And if we come up to the higher time frames, guys, 6-day fresh money flow crossover into the green. We also have money flow locally ticking up here. It's actually funny that I forget who asked for it, but whoever asked for Chainlink, I wanted to talk about this today because Chainlink, in my opinion, does have some more potential room to pump here, right? Red dot on the weekly already confirmed, right? And we already got a little bit of a move down, and we're just basically ranging here, guys. Remember, price ranges 80% of the time, right? Oftentimes you'll range, right? This is balance. You have balance in the market, imbalance. Then you find balance, and then you'll have imbalance. But luckily, the next area of balance is up here between where we're at right now and that value area high at 31.59. So again, I am not long just yet, but I am looking for a potential swing long position on Chainlink as we consolidate up here on this but on this bullish move to the upside. And with that weekly red dot kind of like not giving us a big nuke to the floor, that is, in my opinion, a potential sign that we may just be kind of bullishly consolidating here for another push to the upside, right? Taking a look at the 6-day. VWAP coming down, right? But money flow is obviously ticking up here as we were looking at before. VWAP and money flow coming out a little bit on the 5-day, a little bit too early to take anything away from that. Your 4-day money flow is ticking down just a little bit with your VWAP as well. But I will say, guys, kind of another reason why I would be potentially looking for, I mean, look at this daily VWAP crossing over into the green, looking for a green dot there. But on these higher time frames, guys, like even more specifically like the 5-day, the 4-day, this does look like we may be able to set up for a nice bearish divergence similar to what we were looking at on Bitcoin not too long ago, right? If we pull up our the Bitcoin chart, right, that 2-day bearish divergence was something we were looking at before we even got this green dot, right? We were expecting a move up on the green dot and a lower high on the momentum wave to give us that bearish divergence. And you got to front run this stuff, right? You got to predict this stuff before it happens. But what happened? We were expecting that green dot on the 2-day to come up and give us a bearish divergence, and that made us look for a move to the upside here. So very, very similar to Chainlink here. On the 4-day, even on the 3-day, is it on the 2-day? Let's see. Yeah, I mean, 2-day could potentially do it as well, where you just kind of continue your momentum to the downside as price pumps up. But like more specifically on the 4-day, like kind of a similar setup here, where if we do get a pump, it would give us a pretty nice bearish divergence if you get that higher high on your price action. And then that, you know, maybe you come up to this level or even the POC, right? And in Bitcoin's case, right, we were looking for a pump to the POC, and we got all the way up to the value area high, right? So if you get that next 4-day, 3-day, and 2-day green dot, maybe the thing that pushes us into this range, and then we could look at these levels of resistance to potentially anticipate a pullback or kind of the top, right? So that's kind of my thought process. Somebody said, could Chainlink get to 17 cents? I mean, in my own personal opinion, I'm kind of hoping it comes down a little bit, but I don't know if I'm going to get lucky enough to have that happen. But, I mean, I'll be honest, if we get another pump up here, I would hope that we could get above $17, which is the value area low, flip that to support, and potentially come even higher, closer to $26, $22.50 to $26, right? So that's kind of what I'm looking at on Chainlink. Let's pull up Lux Algo really quickly. I want to take a look at the Smart Trail, right? And then, like, here's the thing, guys. This is the 2-day. Let's check the daily. Yeah, like, look at this. Bullish order block, right? Bullish. By the way, guys, sponsored by Lux Algo. If you guys are interested in saving some money on Lux Algo, you can check the link in the description down below. But this is one of the big things I look at on Lux Algo, right? And it is the Smart Trail. And on the higher time frames, these are very, very, very reliable, right? Look what happened here. Look what happened right here. As we were ranging around down here, we got a big move to the upside. Smart Trail turns bullish. Price comes up, and then on the retrace, this is where you want to look for the longs, in my opinion, right? This is what I like to do. Bullish Smart Trail, candles turn green, price comes up. On the retrace, once these candles turn green, or blue in this case, once these turn blue, your Smart Trail turns bullish. This is where you're in long mode, right? You're looking for a pullback to long the dip, right? And then if you were doing that here with the confluence of this order block, look what happens after. Bing bong, right to the upside, right? Now, this is not a guaranteed, every time this happens, it's going to play out. You want to have confluences as well. You had your Lux Algo Smart Trail. Lux Algo Smart Money is what I called it. The Lux Algo Money Flow was crossing over into the green as well. I get a lot of questions with Lux Algo Money Flow versus Market Cipher Money Flow. They are different things, right? There's not one, people say, which one's more accurate? Like, they're just different, right? There's not one better than the other, one's more accurate. They are simply just different. But look what happens, right? So you do have confluence here. And, I'm going to be making more videos about Lux Algo, guys, talking about some of the features here that I really like. And down here, you can see, this is going to be a little bit hard to show, but I really want to talk about this real quick. You see this line right here on the money flow? Once your money flow starts hitting that line, it's almost like your money flow. You could think about it as your money flow being in an oversold or overbought territory, right? And now this kind of gives you a third dimension to the money flow. So, you have money flow coming out here, but once you start crossing over this purple line, that's like an oversold money flow, letting you know, like, hey, maybe money flow is going to start coming back up. Very similar to right here. You come up, money flow crosses your blue line, and then it gives you like an early signal that your money flow may come back down, right? So it kind of just gives you like an extra resolution, or it's like a signal on top of your money flow, which is pretty cool. But Either way, you come up, hit that order block and smart trail, big move to the upside. And look, we have done something very, very similar, right? You have the order block down here with your smart trail. I mean, your candles have been green for a while. Price comes back, pulls into the smart trail, and you get a move up. And you're starting to get a move up here, right? I mean, even here, you tap the smart trail, you come up. So we may be able to get a move up here on I almost said Lux Algo, on Chainlink, but that's really what I'm looking at, right? And I want you guys to really, really, yeah, shout out to Crypto Anon said, Frankie Candles, we need some training videos on the Lux indicator. Yes, I am going to be making some more pre-records about Lux Algo, guys. To be quite honest with you, there is so much on Lux Algo that, like, there's infinite content to make. So they're going to be coming. There's so much stuff here, guys. Like, there's stuff that I use that I just don't keep activated on the chart, right? Like, one of the really cool things I like about Lux Algo is the take profit and stop loss. One of the biggest questions I get, especially from beginners, is, Frankie Candles, where should my stop loss be, right? And Lux Algo does a really, really good job with their take profit and stop loss indicator here, right? And this automatically moves, letting you know if you start pumping into this blue box, you get 2 TPs, TP1, TP2. And I mean, I'm not going to go back and back test it right now, but if you have Lux Algo, go back and back test this. It's extremely useful. And again, Lux Algo will also, they advertise their indicators like this. This is one reason why I really like working with Sean from Lux Algo, is they're not trying to sell you something that you should just be, buying and selling off signals, right? They will tell you these indicators are best used as confirmation, right? Data confirmation. So, you don't just want to be like just blindly, right? And we're not, right? Like, we have the value area up here. This is, there's many reasons why we're expecting a move to the upside, not just because we hit the smart trail, right? And this is how they advertise their indicators, which I absolutely love, because there's no just indicator out there that's just going to be able to tell you when to buy and sell. It doesn't exist. And the real people will tell you that, right? The people who just want to get money from you are going to try to fake you out and tell you that it's super easy making money trading, right? But we don't do that on this channel. I don't care. Maybe I'd be richer if I just tried to scam everybody, but I just won't do that. I couldn't sleep at night. Not my thing. I have morals. But that's one reason why I really like Sean from Lux Algo, because they're just real people, right? But it does not mean that this indicator is not overpowered. So, but yeah, we will come out with more videos. I have a bunch of really good strategies for Lux Algo, and especially for the new people, they do mark out the divergences, which is I see them automatically. I'm just like programmed to see these divergences. But this is like really helpful to new traders, right? And again, I'm using probably 3% of what they have to offer. But anyway, let's continue on. If you guys want to check out Lux Algo, they have a bunch of different subscription packages. You could get it for a month. You could 30-day money-back guarantee. I think they still do. So you could try it out. If you don't like it, you'll get your full money back. But yeah, go check them out if you guys are interested in the link down below. But let's go ahead and let's continue on here. So just another reason why I will be looking for some potential upside on Link. Like I said, not in a position just yet. I would actually prefer a little bit bigger of a pullback, but I just don't know if we're going to get it here. So we'll have to see what happens. But your key level here is going to be 1694, or whoever was asking for it was asking for about $17. So you're looking for a potential push to $17. I'm hoping for a push there and a flip of that level to support for some potential more upside. But please understand, guys, this is not me looking for Chainlink to hit $26 by tomorrow, right? Like, this is a longer-term swing trade. So if I were to enter a trade here, it would be on low leverage, and I would be willing to hold it through some drawdown, right? And then probably if we broke these lows, maybe smart trail turned red, I'd get out of the position. This is a longer term trade, right? So if we get an entry here and then you kind of bing bong around, I don't mind holding this. I don't mind holding this for a while to eventually flip it to support. So longer term swing trade. I'm not like looking to get into this and get out tomorrow. So there you go. Shout out to Chainlink. Let's get it. All right, let's see. We need to see SNX, please, Frankie. Shout out to Brian Varney. Shout out to you, bro. But yeah, we could try to check out Synthetics, no problemo. Let's check out ETH real quick. Guys, I'm not going to lie. I'm drinking a lot more water recently. And guys, I might have to start doing bathroom breaks on the live stream. I don't know what else to say. I don't know. Or I'm going to have to get some water jugs in here. I don't know. But anyway, let's see. Let me just make sure I didn't miss any super chats, and then we're going to take a look at Ethereum. Oh, God, I did miss some super chats. Shout out to Dave Digital. Said, shout out to you, man. Thank you for the super chat. He said, Rod taking a long time to develop? Hashtag Blue Chews. Yo, shout out to Dave Digital, bro. You're funny, man. I appreciate that super chat. Thank you so much. And yeah, if you have, shout out to Blue Chew. Shout out to Creighton She. Shout out to Creighton C. Thank you so much for the super chat. He said, don't worry about missing yesterday. It's fine. We locked it down. We talked about Arby's and Wendy's. Tony eventually remembered he had a job. Oh, shout out to Tony D. Tony D eventually remembered that he had a job. Dave said someone's got to you, and Crimson wanted McDonald's, so all good. Shout out to Creighton C. Yeah, guys, I literally hate missing streams, but I think I have to learn at some point that there are other things in my life that I eventually have to take care of. Otherwise, it all builds up and gets really bad. I had work only works as an excuse for so long before things like reality is actually like, no, you got to get this done now. We don't care about your job. You got to get this done now. So shout out to Creighton C and Dave Digital. Thank you for the super chats, guys. And now let's go ahead and take a look at Ethereum, or Erythrium, as your grandmother might call it. All right, guys. So taking a look at ETH here. Let's go ahead and hold up. What's good with this, guys? What's good with this? Is not our ETH chart. Hang on. There's the ETH chart that we all know and love. So here we are, right? Taking a look. Simply, just still within our kind of range here that we've developed, right? Just sitting between these two key levels. And what have we been looking at? Shout out to the 834 people tuned in right now, guys. Smash that like button. We're going for 550 on tonight's live stream. We're going to be giving away 2 Frankie Candles hats. If we hit 650, maybe we give away the limited edition colorway. It's pretty fire. Shout out to Tony D. Let's go. All right, let's see here. I'm surprised Tony D didn't come in and bark back on that comment, Creighton. Let's go. Shout out to Creighton C. All right, let's see. Shout out to Michael Navarro says, what's good, Frankie? I'm chilling, bro. How you doing? He says, I need to find more time to get in here. It's hard because I need to fiat grind constantly just to pay bills. Well, shout out to Michael Navarro. Tony D, he's in here. I knew he was in here. Shout out to Tony D. I don't think Tony D has ever been called upon and not showed up, guys. He lays dormant sometimes, but that's probably because he's keeping an eye on all of you guys. More specifically, Dave Digital. But anyway, shout out to Michael. Hey, bro, we're here. They're pre-recorded. Yeah, bro, come on in whenever you want. We like... We love it when you come in no matter what. And hopefully we're able to help you out so you don't have to grind that fiat job too much longer. But let's continue on here. Let's see. Yeah, shout out to Chris. We just looked at Chainlink. Shout out to you. If you scrub back a few seconds, you will see the Chainlink analysis. But taking a look at Ethereum here, guys, just between our 2 key levels, 2350, 2146. I really wish I could come up here and give you guys new information on ETH, but it's just doing what we want it to, as it's been doing for the past few months. Like I said, ETH is our bonk WTF. Is it really going nuts right now? Let me just do a quick check here. Oh, baby, look at her pump. Look at bonk, guys. And this is, when things do this, guys, don't act. I'm not going to sit here and act like I don't get FOMO on this stuff, guys. But for me, I have, shout out to Zach. Thank you for the super chat. Dude, it's like you read my mind, or I read your mind. But yeah, this thing is going absolutely parabolic, guys. But am I FOMOing into this? No. If I FOMO'd in here, would I be up? Yes. Do I care? Not really. There's a million opportunities here, guys. We are not even in the real bull run yet. But shout out to anybody holding bonk. Congratulations on your gains. I mean, this thing is absolutely gone ballistic. 14,917% in 83 days, in just a couple of months, right? Just a few months. 14,917%. Congratulations to anybody making money on bonk. Let's go. All of that went off camera. But yeah, guys, I'm sitting here just crying. I missed it. But yeah, there are some meme coins, guys. I was buying some meme coins. I actually bought some meme coins yesterday. Here's my thing with meme coins, guys. Plenty of money to be made. I don't know how comfortable I am talking about the ones that I buy, because these are the ones that I'm buying are low cap enough to potentially, if everybody buys it after I talk about it, like, I don't want to move any prices or anything, because they're very, very low market cap. Yeah, I don't want to promote anything that's super risky, right? Like, surely bonk is risky, but surely you can make a lot of money, right? Maybe we'll talk a little bit about some coins. I won't maybe tell you guys which one I buy. I don't know. We'll talk about the meme coins in a bit. But let's go back to Ethereum. So Ethereum just still bing bonging around between these 2 key levels, guys. And yeah, this, When we came down here, we expected a bounce. Where did we expect to bounce into? We expected to bounce into the golden pocket, 786, which is essentially within this purple box, right? So if we want ETH to get a move here up to our next key level at 2522, we just got to get above here, flip this this key level here, which is a high volume node at $2,350 to support. In my opinion, we may be able to shoot through. I believe we have a low volume gap here. Let me go ahead and pull up the VRVP or VPVR. Yeah, let me zoom it out just a little bit here. And so once we crack these highs, guys, I do think there is a little bit of a low volume gap here that we could shoot through to tap that 2530 level, right? So that's what I'm looking at on Ethereum, right? Let's pull up, see what Market Cypher's saying. VWAP on, I mean, as far as Market Cypher goes, this looks very, 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 very similar to Bitcoin, right? And we could potentially get that green dot, push above this level, shoot into our next key level here at 2530, 2522. And then if you did do that, you could potentially get that bear div on the daily. So I will be looking for some potential scalp shorts, right? Not looking to short it to zero, simply looking for a small pullback. Excuse me. Looking for a potential small pullback before continuing back up. Now, coming up to the higher time frames here, yeah, I mean, your weekly VWAP's coming down as well, right? So, even if we did shoot up here and get into a scalp short, there's a chance it could turn into a bigger correction because of the way the higher time frames look with the VWAP. But in the long term, money flow still looks bullish on the higher time frames. So, again, being more conservative with the shorts. And look at this bullish candle, guys. Like, giant. Anytime, I don't know how much people pay attention to candlestick patterns. I mean, I'm aware of them all. I don't trade based off of them, but I do take them into account, right? Because this is definitely a bullish weekly candle, guys. Doesn't guarantee, right? Like, let me see if I can find another hammer here that wound up playing out pretty well. So again, when you have a small body at the top of your candle with a long wick on the bottom part of your candle, some people call them shadows or tails, right? We call them wicks because we're CandleMafia. I'm just kidding. That's like what they're called. But this is the bullish candle, guys. This shows that the bears tried to push price down. Bulls just ate it all back up and said, nah, you're not dumping yet, pal. You're not dumping yet. And then that's oftentimes the sign of a reversal, right? And I could try to find a good example. I may be like passing them. Like right here, you see you have a bullish hammer candle, right? You came up, pushed down, and then bing bong, right back to the upside with a bullish hammer. Right here was somewhat of a bullish hammer. It's a little bit big on the body for me. Even right here, big move up. Bears tried to push it down. Bulls ate it up. Reversal, right? Right here, come up, push down. Bulls ate it up. Reversal, right? So very similar to what we're seeing happen, right? Like almost every time you see a bullish hammer, that wick never got revisited or, for the time being, wound up reversing, right? So there you go. Like even here. Bullish hammer too. So there you go. And I do look at these, whether they're green candles or red candles, right? Bearish hammers. If we go over to the Bitcoin weekly chart real quick. Where is it? Right here. This was a bearish hammer candle. I've actually made a bunch of calls on the channel based off of this, not based off of it, but based off many things, right? This was like really where everybody thought that the floor was 30K. Everyone was saying super cycle, super cycle, super cycle. 30K is the bottom, 30K is the new floor. We're going to 100K, super cycle, super cycle, super cycle. And I'm sitting here saying, guys, we've been through multiple cycles. Everybody says this time's different, and it never is. Will it be different one day? Very likely, right? But until proven wrong, we follow the 4-year cycle. Not blindly, right? Because we are expecting it to break at some point. But everybody thought this was the bottom. But what did we see here? Number one, we saw the blood diamond on the weekly, right? And then we broke the structure here. And then on the retest, we printed this bearish hammer candle. Big dump to follow, right? So there you go. Just quick little lesson on bullish and bearish hammers. But anyway, let's continue back to Ethereum, right? So that's basically what I'm looking at on Ethereum, to be honest with you guys, right? Not too much else, right? But like very similar sentiment as Bitcoin. We came down, put some another thing here, guys, that was signaling a bounce to come in here was the bull divs, at least on Bitcoin. We didn't really get them on. Did we get them on ETH? Yeah, we did, right? Lower lows into your key level of support, right? Like this is like, woo, baby, this is the sauce, right? Lower lows into your key level of support with your higher lows bullish divergence on the 4-hour time frame. You technically had money flow coming up. That would have been almost impossible to see. But you probably had this on other time frames as well. Yeah, you had it on the 1 hour. Bullish divergences, right? Higher lows on your momentum waves, lower lows on your price action into a key level. Money flow comes up, reversal to the upside, right? So, a lot of, and we talked about this we didn't talk about it on Ethereum, but on Bitcoin, it's why we were expecting the push up into these next resistance levels, which again, I want to be clear. I was very, very, very confident that once we came up here, it would be a lower high before likely reversing to the downside. But with that daily VWAP coming up, I'm being much more cautious at these resistance levels for a potential push higher, right? Again, it's an if this, then that. Shout out to Zach Leroy. Let's go. Shout out to you, bro. He said bonk equals green dillies. And those are dill pickles, by the way. Thank you, Coinbase. Shout out to Zach Leroy. Let's go, baby. Congrats. I assume you're making money right now, bro. So shout out to you. Let's see. There you go. Bullish and bearish hammers, as well as why this bottom was coming in, likely on Bitcoin and ETH, right? So, again, being pretty neutral here, like taking my shot at the scalp shorts and, taking my shots at the scalp shorts, expecting them to get stopped out, right? But eventually we will likely catch that top. But anyway, guys, let's go ahead and continue on here. That is Ethereum or Erythrium, as your grandmother might call it. Let's go ahead and check out JTO. Let's see. What is JTO? Oh, interesting. All right, hang on. Bear with me, guys. I think one thing I'm going to do here, guys, coming up in the near future is we may add like a low cap, not a low cap, but we'll add like maybe adding like an altcoin gem portion to the live stream at some point, where we take a look at token metrics and analyze some of the hidden altcoin gems. I don't want to say low cap. They're not all low caps. But let's see. Can we take a look at AVAX? Yes, no problem. We can take a look at AVAX, no problem. I do see a lot of HBAR. Okay. Indicator on the bottom is Market Cipher. We are also sponsored by Market Cipher. If you guys want to save 20% on Market Cipher, link, or you could use the code MCFrank20. I don't think you have to use our link, but you just use MCFrank20 to save 20%. All right, let's see. Yeah, Bonk going ballistic. Let's see, is it still pushing? We'll just continuously be checking in on this. Okay, nice. Gonna have to, we'll just go like this, and we'll put an alert. And every time Bonk makes a new high, guys, what am I doing here? Every time Bonk makes a new high, we party, right? We play the music. Every time Bonk makes a new high, bing, bong. Let's go. Shout out to everybody holding Bonk right now. All right, let's continue on. All right, so let's see. What is it? JTO. Let me take a look at this. Let's see. Let's see what Token Metrics has to say. Let's see. All right. Let me pull it up on TradingView. Oh, it's on Coin. Is this it? Yeah, is this on Coinbase? Okay. All right, let's take a look. All right. Oh, boy. Not a lot of price history. Going to be kind of hard to analyze, I'll be honest with you guys, right off the bat. Going to be a little bit difficult due to the lack of price history. Let's see. Yeah, no 4-hour Market Cipher B. 1-hour money flow crossover into the green. So I'll be honest with you guys, not really comfortable making any calls on this based off, at least based off Market Cipher, just because of the lack of price history. But what we can do is definitely give you guys some key levels to watch, right? So let's go ahead and pull our volume profile. And I think it is, let me see. Let me experiment with this a little bit. Let's pull it to the wick. Yeah, I mean, I would generally be looking at these levels, right? These are the levels I would watch. And let's pull a fib here. Let's see. Boom. Boom. Okay, no real confluence. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is let's pull up our other fib. Okay, so I would take these levels, right? Value area high, sitting right here at about $3.54. So that's your value area high. POC, beautiful, beautiful flip of resistance to support there on the POC. POC, and then we got value area low. Let's get it right here. And there you go, right? Move to the upside, flip that POC to support. likely we are on our way to begin our journey to that value area high, and we're almost there, right? But we have prior resistance to get through here. But other than that, right, like you're below guys, the volume profile's for real. Like deviate from the value area low, flip the value area low to support, into the POC, flip the POC. Now we're on our way to the value area high. Simply put, next target, if we continue pumping here on JTO, is going to be the value area high at $3.54. If you're able to get a decisive breakout, I would look for a push into this golden pocket 786 retracement level. I have a piece of hair hanging right in front of my eyeball right now. It's really annoying me. Boom, right? That could be another target to watch. This is between $4.19 and $4 even. But these are the next levels I would be looking at to the upside. I would just be careful of potentially getting rejection at this local high. But, just based off the volume profiles, in my opinion, I would be looking for a visit to that value area high. Not meaning right this second, but eventually I do think it's probably going to be likely for you to make it to that value area high. But again, in the short term, right, not only are you hitting resistance here, VWAP rolling over on the 45-minute, 30-minute red dot printing, no bearish divergences. You may be able to get it. I would be looking for this. Let's see if, we'll just set that as an alert. Maybe we get it hit. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I would look for a move up into there. And then once you get a breakout of that value area high, be very cautious of a rejection at this Fibonacci retracement level between $4.19 and $4. So there you go. There's JTO. Hopefully, shout out to whoever asked for that. Hopefully that helps you out, my friend. Shout out to Crimson's girlfriend, said short stream or short stream. Crimson's girlfriend, it is going to be a short stream. Shout out to Crimson's girlfriend. All right, let's go ahead and continue on. Let's go. B-Rad Crypto said 4-hour green dot just printed. He's probably looking at a different exchange. Doesn't make it invalid. But let's see. You might be looking at the Coinbase chart. Green dot confirmed. I mean, is it pushing up right now? Yeah, it's pushing up. It's pushing up right now. I'm trying to find the exchange you're looking at. Fresh 4-hour green dot. I'll find it. See, is it MEXC? Nope. I'm sure it's there. I trust you. I'm sure it's there. But yeah, this thing may push. But there you go. There is JTO. Biggest airdrop ever. Let's go. By the way, guys, I am trying a new exchange, but it's a decentralized exchange. I may be making some content about it. We will talk about it on the live streams, but it's pretty cool. Okay. Oh, it is MEXC. Okay. All right, but let's continue on. JTO, okay, let's chat. Yeah, okay, Bonk. Just checking on Bonk one more time. That's next on the list. Oh God, guys. I'm gonna have to go to the bathroom real quick in a sec. All right, let's take a look at Solana. Come on, Bonk. Bonk, give me the notification. Give me the notification, baby. Break a high. Why is guys, you see this or is this invisible to everybody else? This is bothering me. Come on, baby. Come on. All right, let's see. Okay, Solana and HBAR are next. Let's go ahead and check it. Solana, where we at? This is not the right chart. Let's pull up the actual Sol chart. That's not the right chart. Come on, baby. Where are you? Where is it? Tether US? Where is our... Oh, we're on the wrong chart. That's why. Boom. There we go. Okay. So as you guys can see, we were expecting a loop-de-loop with a zigzag bounce off the... I don't know. Anyway, let's just take a look at Solana, guys. I'm getting absolutely sidetracked here. All right, let me get rid of the brushes. Bada boom. Okay, so let's take a look here. And here we are, right? So, okay, this happened a while ago, right? This happened on the 9th. Came up to our key level, NPOC at 77.64 before a... The levels play, guys. The levels play, right? So you reject off the naked point of control. We get a nice little bing bong to the downside. Nice little reversal. Nice little scalp. I didn't take it. I'm just saying could have caught a nice little scalp short there. You actually had... yeah, you had some nice signals to go short at that high too. I mean, so very similar to my how I treat Market Cypher, guys. Very similar on Lux Algo, right? So you do have your higher highs on your price action into your key level, right? This is like the important part, right? You don't just... I think a lot of people could potentially get the... Yo, shout out to Crimson's girlfriend. Said, come on, Frankie Candles, give us some pre-Christmas calf. I'll show some calf a little bit. I do feel like a piece of meat sometimes, guys. But I will show some calf. Don't you worry. Higher highs on our price action into that key naked point of control. You have your bearish divergences, which obviously you could find by yourself, but Lux Algo marks it out perfectly for you, and the money flow was coming out as well. Your smart trail turned bearish. You have your order block up here now, but your smart trail turns bearish. Your candlesticks turn purple, and then you wind up starting that downtrend to lower prices, where we were looking at this key level right here, which was, let me turn off the indicators to clear things up, right down here, value area high, 786 retracement. We came down, tapped that value area high almost to the dollar, and got a beautiful bounce back to the upside. But something I want to show you guys here is, let me see, do we have confluence here? Because this would have been a great, oh, yes. Okay, so as you guys know, I talk about this a lot. This is a strategy that I use on Lux Algo to enter trades, right? And what happens here is you get the bearish divergence, right? But let's say you were sleeping, right? And you missed this signal. You didn't see the divergence. You didn't see the money flow coming out, but you got the move down. You're like, dang it, I wanted to short Solana. I think it's going down to $63, right? And you missed your short. You don't want to FOMO short on these purple candles, guys. What you want to do is wait for the candlesticks to turn purple, and then once your candlesticks turn purple, you're in short mode. This is where you want to look for a retracement into a key level. In this case, you're looking at the 786 golden pocket retracement. I've been talking about this a lot recently. I talk about this a lot in the premium Discord for a long time, but I just started mentioning this recently on the channel. But price comes back up. You retrace into your golden pocket 786 zone, where your smart trail on Lux Algo is traveling right through, giving you beautiful confluence to potentially enter a trade here. And then obviously you want to have other signals to go short, potentially lower time frame confirmations. You did have bearish divergences here, which could have given you a little extra confirmation to enter. But, that is a beautiful example of how I use Lux Algo to enter shorts after I missed the original move. This is something I use a lot. But there you go. Anyway, continuing on, support acted, wound up working beautifully here yesterday, just getting that beautiful bounce back to the upside. So target acquired here, but now we've gotten back over this 74.65 level. Next target, again, would be to come up and tap that naked point of control. But as I said, guys, the only thing that was really in our way between where we were down here and that $80 level for Solana was going to be that area, this level right here, that naked point of control at 77.64. So once we get above that level, guys, very likely we hit that $80 level. And in my opinion, just my personal opinion, I do think that there's a good chance, right? Now, let's look at the higher time frames. Like, how much higher can Solana go? How much higher can Solana go? Look at the money flow crossover. This is a fresh money flow crossover, right? This is a fresh money flow crossover. This indicates that there's probably more upside ahead, right? And we have a red dot printing on the weekly, so maybe we kind of bing bong around. Maybe we continue to cool off. But at some point soon, guys, at some point, I would expect to potentially get above that $80 value area low, flip it to support, and potentially come up to the POC right here, right? Flip this, look at the POC, flip that to support, looking up towards the value area high of the bull market range, right? Or not the bull market range, but the local range we have here, right? This bearish consolidation on the way down, that's where these levels came from. I do think it's very likely, in my opinion, to eventually get above this level and hit that, get into about $100 Solana. And, no guarantees, right? If it doesn't happen, I'm not going to cry about it. But, in my opinion, I mean, it's very similar to Chainlink. We're getting very close to tapping on that. Like, I would label this again here, doorway to higher prices, right? Like, when we start tapping on these doors, oftentimes we will fill those gaps or fill those ranges. And in this case, that would bring Solana to about $100, right? Doesn't mean I'm just blindly longing to $100, but if we get above that level, that's what I'd be looking for. Shout out to Repair and Sell, shout out to you, says, please check Bitcoin Cash. Well, Lucky, actually, Bing Bonk, shout out to Tone Lee, shout out to you, man. Let's see, does Hybok liquidation levels include active stops? Is it possible to see active stops anywhere? Those trades could have stops anywhere, those trades could have stops anywhere before liquidation price. Shout out to Levi Jones. That is a great, great question. Now, they are liquidation levels, right? So, hang on, let me pull that up real quick before we take a look at HBAR and Bitcoin Cash. But these are liquidation levels, right? But when you look at where liquidation levels are, oftentimes there are stop. That's where a lot of people's stop losses oftentimes go, right? So for example, like let me pull up TradingView really quickly, right? So let's use this range for an example, right? So you have this kind of consolidation right here. So you would anticipate that people who are longing here have their stop loss somewhere below. Yes, everybody has random stop losses, right? So like oftentimes, like if you were long here, a lot of stop losses, like just based off of my experience, right? Understanding how the market moves. Let me just pull up a clean Solana chart really quick. So like, all right, yeah. So let's look at, let's just use this same range as an example, right? So zooming in here, if people are long, right? If you're longing the lows here, right? So let's say you're longing either this low, or even this low. Where's your stop loss going to go? Well, retail, people who are longing this low, retail is going to put their stop loss just generally either below the last swing low, right? So obviously below here, but probably some people below these lows down here. Now, for me, that's a low stop loss. I'm never running a stop like that for the most part, right? Except for very specific scenarios. But, if you just have people longing here, you would have to assume that their stop losses are probably very likely below that range somewhere, right? With a concentration of them probably below this swing low and these swing lows, right? And then, another thing is you have to understand that there's probably a lot more liquidity. There's probably also a lot of liquidity sitting down here as well because of the people FOMO longing on this pump, leaving their stop losses and liquidations below, right? So I believe high block only shows liquidation levels, but oftentimes, when you're just thinking about liquidity theory, right, if you have a lot of liquidation levels below these lows, like chances are people who are long from here have their stops down here as well. That would just add fuel to the fire, right? So the stop losses are kind of an assumption. But yeah, I don't know if there's a place that will just show you where stop losses are. The liquidation levels are aggregated and estimated, right? So they're not exact numbers. So hopefully that helps you out. But let's go ahead and continue on here. So what do? We did Solana. Let's take a look at HBAR. Okay. And let's come to the live stream chart. Bada boom. HBAR. Let's see. Make sure I get the right chart here. Okay, and guys, what is HBAR doing? Just like everything else, it is knocking on the door to higher prices, right? It is tapping on the door to this value area low. Now, here's the thing. This is a little bit different. Right? Because this is a pretty small range. This range is essentially, let's call it 8%, right? So that's an 8% move through this range. But, I mean, as of right now, just based off the volume profiles, right, you tap your head on that value area low, you're looking to flip it to support, get a move to the POC, and then a move to the value area high. So there you go. But I would be careful, right? Because just like you look for these to be the doorway to higher prices, they're also key levels of resistance, right? So let's start off on the higher time frames. VWAP kind of rolling over here. Money flow just crossing over into the green for HBAR. This is not that bad looking, in my opinion, right? We've broken out of the bear market range, right, which we've done before. We've done this before, right? But, we never done it with a fresh money flow crossover on the weekly. So if there is a chance for HBAR to get a move up here, there's, in my opinion, no better time than right now with that money flow crossover into the green. So with that being said, we're out of our bear market range, and we are now tapping on the doorway to higher prices. Now, again, like this is not the doorway to like super many, like way higher prices, but it could be the doorway to potentially get into that 9-cent range, right? Which is not too far away from where we are right now. But if you pull up the VPVR, right, kind of hard. Let me pull up is there something with a little bit more price history? There we go. Right. So if I pull up the VPVR, you could see here, not a whole lot of volume between, once we get above this high here, which is basically lining up with the shelf of volume here. Once we get above that level, guys, probably going to be a quick move to 14 cents, in my opinion. And if you flip 14 cents, your next really macro target would be about 23 cents for HBAR. Look at the fall off in volume, right? And again, there's levels here, right? 14 cents likely to give you a reaction, 11 cents likely to give you a reaction. But in the grand scheme of things, not too much volume, not too much holding you back to grinding your way up to that $23, $23 area, right? Or 23 cents. I'm sorry. H-bar's at $23, guys. No, 23 cents, right? And that's kind of what I would be looking at. So let's go back. I just wanted to look at the volume there real quick. And hey, in the local, right? In the shorter term, you get above that value area low, you could look for a nice little move through this range. And then once you break out of this range, that's where you're looking to fly into that low volume gap and see those much higher prices for H-bar getting closer to that 23 cent range, right? But until then, right, we may be able to get a little bit of a bearish reaction here, in my opinion, right? And again, not looking for a massive dump to zero, right? But based off the way the higher time frames look, I would just be looking for a lackluster pullback before putting in a higher low and then ripping back to the upside. But you can't ignore this, right? Whether it plays out or not is a whole nother thing. But you have higher highs on your price action with your lower highs on your momentum waves. See if Luxalgo called it. Not quite yet because this hasn't really confirmed yet. But once that confirms, you're likely going to get that bear div signal, right? At that key level of resistance, right? Money flow is making generally lower highs, right? Now this is the 4 hour. It's no like not like the most bearish thing ever, but your money flow is coming out. Sometimes this is a significant local top, right? Money flow coming out, bearish divergence at your key level. Comes to some lower time frames. Red dot printing on your 1 hour. 8 hour bear div also looking to print. So, chances of us kind of consolidating here, maybe even getting a little bit of a pullback is it's somewhat likely in my opinion, right? So I'm not just like entering along thinking that we're just going to rip up right now. I would actually, it's kind of a good situation to be in because if we do get a pullback, it gives you an opportunity to look for a long position, right? Now, I don't know if you're going to get lucky enough to pull down to your golden pocket retracement at 7.5 cents. But if you pulled back down here, this would be a big buy the dip area for me, right? Now, again, I don't know if you're going to be lucky enough to get a move down here. But if you did, I would definitely be looking for confirmations to potentially get another move up here. And at that point, you also got to keep an eye on this VWAP on the weekly because if that gives you the red dot, the move down may be bigger, right? It's all about assessing the situation when you get to the key levels, guys. But there you go. That is kind of what I would be looking at on H-bar. Kind of similar to Chainlink, right? Like looking for good entries to get into these next range fills, right? Or it's at least what I just made that up. Range fills. I don't know. But expecting price to rip through those volume profile ranges again. So there is H-bar. And there was one more. Shout out to V-Suns. Yo, let's go. Did it not signal us? Did it pump? Hang on. What chart were we looking at? Let's see. Was it the BitGet chart? Where was the chart we were looking at? Guys, I think I officially look at too many charts. It might have been on this template. That's TJO. We don't want TJO on JTO. Here it is. Okay. Did we hit the... No way. Yo, let's go. Let's go. She's pushing for that value area high, guys. She's pushing for the value area high. Let's see. Yo, let's go. You guys are funny. BNB Crypto Pollo. Shout out to Crypto Pollo from your goat friend, your farm animal friend. Shout out to Crypto Pollo or Bitcoin Chicken. Frankie the Goat says, "What's up?" I think that's a sheep, guys. I think that's a sheep. This is a goat. That's a goat. This is a goat. This is also a goat. I like that one the best. Shout out to Crypto Pollo. He says BNB. We can take a look at BNB. Oh, Bitcoin Cash was the other one we're taking a look at. Let's go. Shout out to Vison, Frankie Candles Pump GTO. JTO. I said GTO. All right, let's take a look at Bitcoin Cash on the higher time frames. Yo. Look at it. Followed our line, guys. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm just kidding. I don't know why we drew that line. I'm not going to pretend that we called that. Are you kidding me? Let's see. Looking like good on the 4 hour. Unfi. Bonk is the new Floki. Yo, wait, hang on. Shout out to Boom Select. Dude, I had like the same thought in my head. I'm like, why this is the new Floki for sure. It's funny that you say that, bro. Other was Fetch. Okay, so Fetch AI and Fetch AI, the BNB, and Bitcoin Cash. Okay, so BNB, let's take a look. I'm actually going to start here on a fresh chart, guys, because this is old. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and zoom in here. All right. So let's pull this bear market range as BNB is just continuing to kind of sit down here, right? Baby. All right, so here you are. Yo, High Def says ticker FET, fettuccine. Let's go. Shout out to you, bro. Okay. So, okay, let's continue on. Okay, so you have your bear market range here, right? I mean, guys, I don't know if I'm going to have any subscribers in the next bull run because everyone's just going to learn what I do, and then they're not going to need me anymore, which is kind of the goal. But yeah, just come and hang out in the live stream. That's all I ask. Money flow coming up here on the 3-day. Also, just to kind of show you guys the macro bottom signals here, right? Lower lows on your price action at your key level. Value area low. Now, this is the macro bear market value area low. Lower lows on your price action. Higher lows on your momentum waves, consistent bullish drives of bullish divergence. Money flow comes up. You get a pump to the POC. Once you flip this to support, you're simply going to look up towards that value area high. Just like we just looked at on JTO, right? Just like we looked at here. You got above the POC. You look for the move to the value area high, right? Same theory. Same theory. You could apply this to the 1 minute, the 5 minute. You could apply it to a stock, anything, right? So just like that. Flip this to support. We're looking up towards that value area high at $301. If you can get that $301 mark, that's what you're looking for, right? Now, that's where I would expect some kind of resistance because it is your value area high. And then, again, remember, you want to be careful because if you do get up there and you get above your value area high, this is oftentimes where you're overvalued and you could get sucked back into the range. But look at your money flow. 3-hour money flow, a 3-day money flow looking to cross over into the green. A 3-day money flow is much bigger of a deal than a 3-hour money flow. But money flow coming up on your 3-day, your weekly money flow is also coming up with a weekly green dot. So we may be able to see that value area high at $300 get a hit based off that weekly green dot if it confirms, right? Money flow also coming up. Could be coming up to some kind of a bottom here on BNB. So there you go. Next target would be that value area. I mean, let's pull up the VPVR. Not only can we look at where price is likely to go, but we can also try to figure out how quickly it's going to get there. And by judging this volume, let's go ahead and, right, we're banging our head here on this shelf of volume. You get above that shelf of volume, you may be able to shoot up to that value area high sooner than later. Quick move down through the low volume gap could give you a quick move up through that same low volume gap. So shout out to Crypto Pollo or Bitcoin Chicken, as I like to call him. Bro, that is, that's what I'd be looking at. Pretty clear sign for a bounce here at that low, too. So, pretty nice. Shout out to Crypto Pollo. Let's see. There you go. Alpha says up, down, doesn't matter to me. I'm here for the volatility and the volume. Alpha, couldn't have said it better myself. And shout out to Jessica, our female CandleMafia representative. What is going on, Jessica? Good to see you. And we got Donato Cabrera in the chat as well. What is going on, bro? And we got Creighton C. Dropping the super chats, bro. Just dropping the bomb. Shout out to Creighton C. I appreciate you so much, bro. He said, show the likes, buddy. You guys remember, you remember her? The like button, right? Right? Is it too difficult for like 800 of you to hit? Shout out to Creighton C. He said it, not me. Smash that like button, guys. 550 likes. Gets 2 Frankie Candles hats on the giveaway. 650. What did we say we were doing at 650? I forget. We're doing something. Somebody probably remembers. But shout out to Creighton C. Thank you for that, bro. 550 likes, guys. We will be adding those hats to the giveaway, so smash up that like button. But let's see. Okay, let's continue on here. So, that's what I am looking for on BNB. Let's go ahead and take a look at Bitcoin Cash. Bada boom. Take a look at the Binance chart. All right. This is old TA. Let's see how it aged. Dang. All right. Not too bad. Not too bad. I don't know what these are, what these levels are come from. This is an old chart. I assume the volume profile. Yo, shout out to Leroy. Zach Leroy says, yo, your alert was a green pickle killer. Somebody call Blue Chew. Get those green pickles. Yo, shout out to Zach Leroy. Yeah, is it dumping? What do we set the alerts on? Bonk and JTO. Are they both dumping? Yo, that's funny. Shout out to Zach Leroy. I got a cool looking koozie in the mail today. Still waiting for my hat. Super excited. Shout out to Wick at Tony D. Send Wick his hat. I'm kidding. It's probably on the way or something. But shout out to Wick and shout out to Tony D. But let's go. Shout out to Wick. He's talking about one of these Aztecian cactus moss water koozies, guys, where here we are. You can hold your Aztecian cactus moss water, keep it nice and cold. All right, let's continue on. Okay, let's see here. Continuing on Bitcoin Cash. I'm just gonna start a completely new chart here because this is just super old stuff. I'm gonna pull some very similar ranges here. Pull this range. Bada boom. There we go. Let's see here. Yeah, remember when Bitcoin Cash was just like only up? That was insane. All right, let's go ahead and pull some fibs here. We'll go from the actual high. Bada boom. And we'll pull it to that low. Okay, so let's pull up the VPVR as well. Bada boom. Okay, so this is actually not too bad, right? So we're looking at the long term, right? Well, I'll do short term and long term, right? So short term, let me mark out some levels, and then I will give you guys kind of my thoughts. Actually, yeah, we'll just go longer term, right? Because we're kind of just bing-bonging around here. Really, key level, right? Key level to break, in my opinion, is going to be this high volume node, right? More specifically, 306.39, very specifically, right? But this is really what I'd be looking for. So let's zoom in a bit, take a look at the volume. You got to get above this high volume node, right? So, I mean, more 287, going to be a key level. Really, you got to get above these highs. Otherwise, you're going to wind up getting knocked back down, right? So if you come back up, you want to flip that 306.39 level to support, and then you can start your journey. Let's go ahead and let's pull this range right here, because this is, bear with me, guys. Bear with me. This will be worth it. Just let me draw pretty pictures really quick. Let's see. Okay, bada boom. You got your POC, value area low, value area high. Okay, so now we can actually analyze what happened here, right? So you might be thinking, right, before we drew these levels, right, you might be thinking, why'd we reject here? And you can see, it's not a random level on the chart, guys. Look how those bodies close right below this level. The reason this is a strong level is because it is a previous... Oh, no, never mind. This is the high volume node that we marked out. This has nothing to do with the POC. The POC is much lower, but still not a random level on the chart. High volume node. Remember, this is the 306 level, right? Yeah, okay, so let me zoom out. I want to show you guys why I looked at this, right? 306, this level here, 306.39. The reason we marked this out, or the reason I marked this out just now, look at where the volume picks up, right? And it's hard for me to explain because I do this very quickly, right? Gap in volume, high volume node, right? So just this high volume node, the tip of the high volume node, 288, is going to give you a level, right? We interacted with this level right here. But what I'm more looking for is the shelf of volume. So what really happened here was price came up, pushed, tried to get out of this shelf of volume, flew into this low volume gap, and rejected the high volume node, right? So you pushed up, got above the shelf of volume, wicked through that low volume gap, and then rejected this high volume node right here. Right? So they're not just random levels on the chart. These are calculated and pulled for a reason. This is why I like volume. This is why I use the volume profile. This is why I look at volume for my levels. They are very, very accurate. And just like we're looking at that high volume node, very similarly, we're taking these volume levels from this previous area of consolidation, and they're likely to get respected, right? So we would have known that this is really the doorway to higher prices, right? So your value area low, let me label this. Value area low, doorway to higher prices. You flip this to support. That's where you're looking to get, and your POC is very close to your value area low. So really, you're just looking to get above that value area low and POC, flip it to support to potentially get a move up to your value area high, but understanding you have that high volume node level at 306.39 that is likely going to give you some kind of noise, right? So that's the next target I'd be looking at on Bitcoin Cash. If you continue up, you could fly through this low volume node or low volume gap. And then once you get above this value area low, you're looking to flip the POC and get the bigger move up. But really, if we are going to see some continued upside here on Bitcoin Cash, taking a look at the weekly, maybe you consolidate a little bit more. But once, you start getting going here with the, money flows coming up on the weekly, money flow looking for a crossover into the green on the 5-day, 3-day, money flow crossover into the green with a fresh green dot. Eventually, when you get back up here, like for me, I'm just waiting to get back up, tap on this doorway to higher prices, flip the POC to support, and get a bigger move up. But those are the key levels, right? So value area low, 281.74. POC 288.94. High volume node 306.39 with the eventual target, if you could get back into the zone, eventual target at 345.78. So there you go. That's what I'm looking at on Bitcoin Cash. All right, let's see. Let's see. Did somebody say pets? We love pets. Shout out to Wick's wife, Fine89. Shout out to you. We do love pets, guys. We have a channel just for CandleMafia fluffies in the Discord. We like cats and dogs. I'm a big dog guy, but I also love cats. I'm not one of the dog guys that hates cats, but I'm definitely more of a dog guy. I think I was a dog in my past life. I'm not gonna lie. I think I definitely was. I was probably like a pit bull, but a friendly pit bull, not a mean pit bull. I was definitely like a doofy, like doo-doo-doo, fun little pit bull. Anyway, let's see. Short stream today. Extra alts. Sheesh. Give Frankie a break. Let's go. Shout out to I Trust Crypto. Let's get it. Yeah. I think, let's see, crypto bubbles looking juicy today. Shout out to Jurgen. Shout out to you, bro. Me and Wick only flirt with each other in the chat. At home, it's more like yelling, huh? At each other from the other room. Yeah, Mrs. Candles, I feel like 90% of the words I say to Mrs. Candles is, huh? What? What'd you say? Because Mrs. Candles likes to talk like that. She likes to mumble like that. She just mumbles. And I'm like, can you? And then I say what? And she just repeats it, mumbling. She doesn't say it louder or clear. And I just say, what? And she goes, I don't know. What? I don't know. What? Can I have some money? Okay. Okay, yeah, here. I'm just kidding, guys. Mrs. Candles is the least materialistic, least money-hungry person in the world. I always try to spoil her and get her nice gifts and stuff, and I ask her for her Christmas list. Guys, you want to know what she puts on her Christmas list? Give you guys some insight into my personal life with Mrs. Candles here. Hey, Mrs. Candles, what do you want for Christmas? What do you want? Come on. What do you want? $3.75 hair clips. That's all she's got so far. I don't know how I'm going to afford it, but she likes hair clips, and they're $1.75. I get off real easy on that end. But I won't lie, guys. I have very little to complain about with Mrs. Candles. She's like the most she's amazing. And I'm not saying that to to be good, like to be on good behavior. Anyway, yeah, she's amazing, guys. She doesn't abuse me at all. She doesn't take all my stuff. Yeah, I'm just kidding. You better spoil her then. Yeah, shout out to Mike Bennett. It's like, yeah, I try. She's super low maintenance. She's like super low materialism. She's not very high maintenance when it comes to that stuff. Yeah, shout out to Michael. Just mentioned AI coins, which reminded me. Let's take a look at fetch.ai. Oh, it's going to the moon, baby. All right, here we go. Take a look at the daily. Okay, so there are some AI coins. Can you pump Benki for me? Yeah. Oh, God, guys, there are some. Let me pull up some. Actually, you know what? Let me show this real. All right, hang on one sec. Let me. There are some AI coins. I think Beta is one of them. This is one that I'm watching, guys. Yeah, this is, yeah, this one I am watching. This is Beta. I could look it up on, hang on, let me pull it up on Token Metrics really quick. Beta Finance is, this is one that I'm looking at. Now, I want to be clear, guys. This, especially going into the bull market, anytime I talk about a coin, I want to be very clear with you guys. Anytime I talk about a coin, please understand, right? This coin could go to zero tomorrow, right? And there's going to be a lot of people, and listen, especially going into a bull market, especially like in a bullish market like we're in right now, it's very easy to look at a coin and then be like, oh, I'm bullish on this, and then it pumps, right? Like everything pumps at some point, almost, right? Like a lot of things, like even if it's garbage, it will pump at some point, especially going into a bull market. But I just want to be very clear, like any coins that I mentioned is like, please do not blindly buy these things. Like, just to be clear, I don't own any of this, but I am looking at this. I'm looking into it. I'm researching the project. I'm monitoring the chart. And if we do some more fundamental analysis and we look at this coin and it looks good and it looks promising and the chart looks good, I will buy it, right? But I'm not in yet. And none of this is ever going to be a buy signal. Look at the Mrs. Candles hands in chat. Let's go. But this is what I'm looking at. Beta Finance, go check it out. Do your own research, right? Do your own research. And I highly recommend Token Metrics if you guys are doing research. It's like coin research on steroids. And like this is how we found Caspa below a penny is Token Metrics. Straight up Token Metrics. Like sure, there's some knowledge that goes into, you know, you got to be somewhat knowledgeable as you're doing the research, but Caspa, we put Caspa in the dining room, which is our freemium Discord, and it was, I don't remember the exact price, but it was below a penny. What is Caspa at right now? 12 cents, guys. We were looking at Caspa, I believe, in February. Hang on. Let's see, October, November, December, February. So like right here somewhere. Yeah, 0.003, I think, is really when we saw it. So maybe it was down here? Where was that? Maybe it was right here in November of last year. I don't know. But I think it was like 0.003, if not 0.006. But Token Metrics, guys, like for anybody who does not know about Token Metrics, go check them out. I don't have a sponsorship or anything. We might have an affiliate link on FrankieCandlesTrading.com if you want to check out all our deals. I'm not even really confident about that. I don't think we do, guys. But Token Metrics, I'm going to be making some videos about Token Metrics. Like I said, I might be bringing it up more regularly on stream as we enter the bull market, looking for these low-cap gems. I'm really excited about that. But again, do your own research. Things are risky, but Beta Finance is one that I'm looking into. I recommend you guys check it out. I'm not recommending it's a good investment. I'm recommending it's a good coin to research, right? Maybe we find out it's a scam. I don't know. But there we go. But yeah, Token Metrics is how we were able to find these coins super, super early. All right, let's see. Yo, let's go. Yo, Ric Flair, shout out to Jay Baker, says, woo! How about that bonk, baby? Let's go. She's still pulling back a little bit. Well, I mean, she's pumping, but she was pulling back earlier. Oh, maybe she's going to keep ripping, baby. Let's go. Shout out to the bonkers. Is that what they call it, Kelly? Yes. Token Metrics is AI-driven, and they just added a Token Metrics AI bot. And again, guys, even though it's AI, you can't just ask it what coin is good to buy. But it's really cool, right? Like, I've been asking it things such as, what are some altcoins on the Solana ecosystem that are looking bullish? And or you could just talk to it and ask it, and it will feed you the information, and then you could continue the research, right? It's not just what coin do I buy, and it tells you what coin to buy, but it'll be like, hey, which coins are giving bullish signals according to the Token Metrics AI that are on this network? So if you know there's a narrative going on where certain ecosystems are pumping, you could then use Token Metrics to search what coins on that ecosystem. You could even say what coins below a $15 million market cap are looking bullish on this ecosystem or whatever it is. You can ask it and it will feed you the information and direct you. So super, super cool. We will go ahead and we are going to keep looking at this. Donato Cabrera says fancy. And Michael says you're a legend. Shout out to you, bro. I appreciate that. You're a legend. Thank you for saying that, though. All right, let's continue on. Matic looks primed to make a move. Let's check it. Yeah, Bonk. Bonk is going bonkers. That's for sure. But yeah, let's see. Let's check out Fetch real quick. And then we'll take a look at Matic, and then we're gonna wrap it up. Okay, so here we go. Take a look at the daily on Fetch. Looking pretty good. Does anybody know if this thing is in price discovery? I think it is. Let's go ahead and pull a fib from the all-time high. Or not, well, the old all-time high. And let's go ahead and find our levels here. Let's look at these fib levels. All right. Well, assuming that we are in price discovery, shout out to August. Says Frankie Candles. You mentioned AVAX. Let's go. Shout out to August. Shout out to AVAX. Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. Someone said as YouTube banished the likes, smash that like button, guys. 550. If we hit 550. We will restore faith in YouTube, not banning likes. I don't know what that means. But smash that like button, guys. If you have found, oh my God, that's so fat. Shout out to Wick. I do get that reference. Smash that like button if you guys learned anything on this live stream, or if this helps you in any way, shape, or form, or if you like puppies or babies. Smash that like button. Touch it with your butt. Kiss it. Lick it. I don't care what you do. Creepily fondle it. I don't care what you do. Just touch it. Make sure you touch it an odd amount of times, though. Never an even amount of times. It's bad luck. Anyway, next target, I mean, again, if Fetch, I believe is, I don't think there is a, Yeah, I think it is. I think this is all-time highs, right? So if that is the case, next target, in my opinion, is going to be about 86 cents. 86 cents is going to be the next target. And then $1.33 after that. Other than that, kind of hard to find levels, right, that are not there, right? If you can't look to the left, Nikki94 Boots said the live stream is slowly turning rated R. It's okay, though. I like to touch things. Shout out to Nikki94 Boo. Everyone loves a nice pop culture reference. Yes, fetch. Guys, we're going to make it happen. Anyway, yeah, I mean, it's very hard. When you can't look left for levels, you have to rely on these kind of imaginary Fibonacci levels. But although we may not be hitting resistance here, we may be getting a bearish divergence on the daily, right? And obviously, nothing goes up forever in a straight line, at least, right? Bitcoin has basically been going up forever, but never in a straight line, right? It goes up and down. So, I would look for a potential pullback here on fetch. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. But yeah, I would look for a potential pullback on fetch if we wind up getting a bear div to print here on the daily. So VWAP is coming down on the, looking for a red dot potentially here somewhat soon on the daily. Once that happens, that is likely where you will get the pullback. And, not only would I be watching this level because it's a Fibonacci Golden Pocket 786 retracement level, but on top of that, you do have this high volume node, which we may want to, we kind of just yeeted right through that level. We may want to come test it as support, build some support, and then make a move for the next target to the upside. So I would be careful. Once you get that, that red dot on your daily, you will have that bear div, potential pullback into this zone before getting a move up to your next target. Again, coming in at about 88 cents. So there you go. Fetch.ai. And then, other than that, money flow in the green on the 3-day, the 4-day money flow crossed over into the green. And then other than fresh 5-day red green dot, not enough price history to have any money flow on this, so I can't really analyze it that much further. But that's what I'd be looking at on fetch. Let's take actually, you know what? Stick around for the Frankie Candles fake out, and maybe we'll take a look at what is it called? Matic. Maybe we'll take a look at Matic. But with all that being said, shout out to the Biomex. What is going on, bro? Thank you for being in here. But yeah, shout out to you guys. We will take a look at Matic potentially in a few minutes here, but I got to get those wheel spins in really quick. Don't forget to smash that like button, guys. 550 gets us those hats added to the giveaway. Let's see. Donato Cabrera said, extra sauce, let's go, baby. Shout out to you, bro. Let's see. Why are all these charts so young? Hang on. Let me, Oh, there we go. Okay, yeah. Oh, okay. Hang on, guys. Let me redo all of that. I was going to say. Okay, so let me actually go over this one more time because it is not in price discovery. We're actually actually the plan remains almost exactly the same. Right, but we do have levels for reference. But let me go ahead and mark this out, right? So you have your Golden Pocket 786 retracement. Yeah, so the all-time high is $1.20. Thank you. See, what do we do without you guys? I forget who said it. Someone mentioned that. Whoever mentioned that, thank you for looking that up. I appreciate you. But here we go, right? So, yeah, this actually makes it, in my opinion, kind of even better because not only could you get that daily bearish divergence on the daily, but you have a macro Golden Pocket 786 retracement coming up as well. Pull up the VRVP, or VPVR, as I like to call it. You got a high volume node up there. Yeah, so basically I'd be looking at the same thing, but you do have confirmation that there is resistance above you. We're not just hitting anything imaginary. And it actually does change the next target. If you do make all-time highs, $1.90 would be the next place that I would be looking. So kind of similar, but there you go. Gave you guys a little bit of extra time to smash that like button. Let's go ahead and pull up the Wheel of Pain and Pleasure and see if we can get some giveaways. Don't forget, today's episode is brought to you by Homan Arat. Okay, it's gone. All right, let's see here. How many likes did we get? Smash them last-minute likes. We need 100 more likes. Well, I'm going to go run to the bathroom really quickly, guys, because I'm not going to make it. But yeah, smash that like button. If we can get 550 likes by the time I get back, we will spin the wheel 20 times and add 2 Frankie Candles hats to the giveaway. And I will go ahead and leave you guys with some music and and I'll leave you guys with the bonk chart Let's see. We'll go bonk on the 1 second chart. Well, yeah, maybe we'll go 10 second chart. There we go. All right. Smash that like button if you want bonk to hit new all-time highs. Let's go. BRB. What song should we play? I don't know. Random song. Hold on, guys. That's not what we wanted. That's not what we want, guys. That's not what we wanted. All right, BRB. Let's go.
I need all the wins, yeah. Ain't no L's, I gotta get a no call and quits, yeah. Gotta keep on moving no matter how hard it gets, yeah. Better move out the way, cause I'm coming with harder hits. My head is as hard as a brick, but I'm harder than all of this. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. My heart on my sleeve. She on my greed. That's how I get it. Success ain't no giving. Some days I don't eat, I don't sleep. When I'm focused, I'm dangerous. They don't want it when I'm anxious. Ain't no limit till I tank. I'm running on fumes. The opposition don't amaze. The roads racing through the pavement. Get your hands out of my bag. I know that's because I've been in it. I don't need the brag. I guess that's what happens when you taking care of your business. But some family, you do the math. I'm out of my pocket. Houston, we got a problem, man. Perfect, let them watch me elevating. Got them nauseous, cause I'm the pilot in the cockpit. Nose diving in the house. And woo! Watch how I get it here.
That song is fire. Let's go. 400 and we got like 7 likes while I was going to the bathroom. Unbelievable. Smash up that like button, guys. And Bonk took a little bit of a dump ski on the 10 second here. But let's go ahead and continue on, guys. Shout out to SA, said enjoy your stream. Shout out to SA. Are you headed out, SA? Have a good night if you're out of here. But let's see. FOMO Sapien said Casper would just take us into the bathroom with him. That would be. I wish I wouldn't be able to lift this whole setup. If I could go mobile on a laptop, I would take you guys into the bathroom with me. Don't threaten me with a good time. But anyway, let's continue on here, guys. Let's go ahead and smash that like button. Let's spin the wheel, guys. Not smash. Well, you guys smash the like button. I'll spin the wheel. If we get 550 likes, by the time I'm done spinning the wheel, we will still add the hats and we will still add the extra giveaways or the extra spins. Let's see. Zunister, shout out to you. He says, did you wash your hands? You know what, Zunister? I can't lie to you. I'm not going to lie to the Candle Mafia. I didn't wash my hands. I'm just kidding, guys. Of course I wash my hands. But anyway, let's go ahead and keep spinning this thing. Why weren't we invited to the bathroom? Shout out to Jonah Lang. Hey, guys, I'll take you into the bathroom next time. I will do it. We'll have to go live on the laptop, though. I just start I just start tomorrow's live stream from the bathroom. Let's go. All right, let's see. Dave Digital said he definitely lied. Shout out to Dave Digital. Shout out to you, bro. Let's continue. Let's see. Yo, you guys are funny, man. Let's see. Yo, GoPro bathroom break. Not a bad idea. Give him a giveaway, baby. Let's go. Oh, God. Guys, I didn't even crack the Aztecian Cactus Moss Water today. I was popping off, but I will tell you what I am popping. I am popping that I don't have a name for this yet. But this is the gimmicky, definitely a scam, hydrogen-generating water bottle. Are there any scientists or doctors in the chat? This has got to be a scam, right? They say this is the best kind of water to drink, right? You hit the little button and it shoots a bunch of hydrogen into your water. Tell me that's not a scam. That's got to be a scam. Please let me know. Alien water. Yeah, shout out to Jurgen. It's some kind of alien water. We have to figure out its origins. But it is some kind of alien water. Water is mostly hydrogen. That's what I said. Water is mostly hydrogen. How could you hydrogenate something that's mostly hydrogen? I mean, I guess you could, but is it really good for you? It just seems like one of those typical health scams. But it definitely looks cool, and it definitely forces me to drink water more often. I'm not going to lie. But it's definitely a scam. It definitely just blows bubbles in your water, right? Total gimmick, total placebo, right? Let me know. Or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's a doctor being like, no, hydrogen water is amazing for you. I don't know. I drink only the green shimmering water. Shout out to Incognito. I'm more of a blue guy, but green's not bad. Let's see. I have hydrogen water bottle 2. Huddle Crypto. Let's go. Shout out to you. Should we start giving these away? Should we get sponsored by a hydrogen water company? But yeah, I don't know. Is it a scam? Let me know. Huddle, does it help you? Like, does it make you feel good, or is it a scam? It's the water you use to wash your hands. Marcus Black. Yo, you guys are too much. Why did I spin the wheel 9 times? We don't even have 550 likes. I wasted all my spins. Shout out to you guys. I'm just kidding. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 giveaways out of 9. Not too bad, guys. Not too bad. Shout out to Ash says, Frankie Candles lighting that candle on midstream. Shout out to Ash. I appreciate you for being here, bro. Wick says it's the ones that put more oxygen on your water that you got to be careful about. The old H2O too. H2O2 joke. Shout out to Wick. Okay, let's go ahead, and I think that's all the time we got for tonight's live stream, guys. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate. Oh! Shout out to Crypto Ale says, I'm a holistic doctor. Is this a scam? Is this a scam? Let me know. Let me know, Crypto Ale. Let me know if this is a scam. I feel like it has got to be a scam. Shout out to George. I do see you, and I may or may not be popping back up here in a Frankie Fake Out in just a second. But with all that being said, guys, Fake Out. Oh, wait, hang on. Matt Ford said not a scam. Gary Brecka is all about it, and he is a science genius. If you don't know him, look him up. Shout out to Matt Ford. I appreciate. Shout out to Matt Ford. I appreciate that. Good to know some kind of science person believes in it. But I figure if not, it makes me drink more water anyway. That can't be bad. It's just the perfect scam, right? Well, let's make a water bottle, right? We'll tell people it's hydrogen, and we'll just blow bubbles into the water. It makes the water look cool, and they're gonna be like, oh my god, and then it's gonna make them drink more water, which inevitably is gonna make you feel better, and then it'll make them think the product works. But interesting. I'll have to look up that guy. He definitely knows more about science than me. Shout out to the last few super chats here. Shout out to Jordan C. Thank you for being here, bro. He said, yo, I heard you loud and clear. Opened a 5X beta trade on Binance. Thanks for the financial advice. Shout out to Jordan C. # not financial advice. It is funny, though, because you guys do snipe me, like taking profits on my trade sometimes or getting into a new trade in the waiting room because you guys hear that Femex. That little trade sound that they make. I don't know how to turn it off, but shout out to you guys. And shout out to Jordan. Thank you for the super chat. And shout out to Creighton C again with the super chat, bro. You do not have to send these all. But he says, it amazes me. You're just discovering water and hydration. You, buddy, are a miracle of nature. Shout out to Creighton C. Yes, hydration is a new thing for me for sure. But yeah, shout out to everybody in here. Shout out to the CandleMafia. But guys, with all that being said, that's all the time we got for tonight's live stream. Like I said, pretty neutral on Bitcoin right now. Kind of expecting to get stopped out of my short. If not, we'll make money on the short. If we get stopped out, we'll make money on the longs. No big deal. Really cushy position to be in. But with all that being said, shout out to FOMO Sapien. Shout out to Satoshi Nakamoto. Shout out to Crypto Billy. Shout out to Crimson's girlfriend, Crimson Caravan Company, Donato Cabrera, and Jessica. That's all the time we got for tonight's live stream. I'll see you guys next time. Tomorrow, same place, same time, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Frank Candles YouTube channel. That's all I got. Frankie Candles out. Bing, bong. Bing, bong.
I ain't tryna see your hand out. No freebies, better pay out. Y'all so cheap, man, we stay out. Feel like a breeze, don't play around. Y'all better pay for the CDs. Y'all better pay to come see me. They left the whole crowd sleeping, and that's why you really gon' need me. Y'all better pay for the CDs. Y'all better pay to come see me. They left the whole crowd sleeping, and that's why you really gon' need me.
Yeah, I've been on the road, chill. 31, baby, living out my dream still. I just got off a tour, the product in store, I'm playing. I'll be rocking with the guy in the horse, yeah. You just hopped in the coupe, got lock in the shoes. I worship his Zeus, you knocking the shoot. I'm watching you do the campaign, swear I'm blocking these fools. I got studio time, I got my watch in the booth, yeah. They be praying on my downfall. I'm an outlaw, switching pulls every stance like Southpaw. How come your mouth off when y'all soft? No, you see me on the trampoline, about to bounce off, yeah. It's a matter of time, I know you see me standing in the front, back in the line. I happen to grind every minute, passing the time. We ain't never been friends. How you acting like mine? I need contentment. Y'all got resentment. God's grace lead to repentance. You live for mentions that make me question how you gonna handle a gift if you don't know how to stew a blessing. You can't do it. You don't want a dream chase. You don't put your hands to it. You know the circle strong. 4th and 40 got a pun. No, I don't do what I want. I do it for the kingdom come. I ain't know that I was flowing. I ain't showing sign of slowing. I am going for the juggler, mate. The one to debate. But you seem to want it for free. I ain't doing video unless I'm gonna get paid. Yeah, I've been working on a gift. I ain't doing free shows. You can call me here again. You can call me what you want. It's really absurd. Just because you're the church doesn't really mean you don't have to pay me what I am worth. Woo.
I ain't tryna see your hand out. No freebies, better pay out. Y'all so cheap, man, we stay out. Felt like a breeze, don't play around. Y'all better pay for the CD. Y'all better pay to come see me. They left the whole crowd sleeping, and that's why you really gon' need me. Y'all better pay for the CD. Y'all better pay to come see me. They left the whole crowd sleeping, and that's why you really gon' need me. Y'all better pay for the CD. Y'all better pay to come see me. They left the whole crowd sleepy, and that's when you really gon' need me.
Well, they say, Frankie, look at Benke. And I say, I'm looking at Matic. I'm just kidding. Let's take a look at Benke. Benke. Let's go ahead and take a look here, guys. Obviously, this thing is going absolutely ballistic. 4-day money flow crossover into the green. VWAP coming down, right? Obviously, this has gotten a big move up. Doesn't mean you can't continue up, but it does mean that, you may want to be careful of a potential pullback. It looks, I'll be honest with you guys, it does look kind of pumpy. But what I will do here is I will go ahead and give you the key levels. Now, we are approaching a previous value area coming in. Let me actually also pull this fib real quick. But come on. Bada boom. Bada bing. No real confluence there, to be quite honest with you. Let's see. Okay, yeah. So I actually would be looking for a move. Once you get up into here, this is where I would expect your harsh resistance to come in. So your value area low, previous value area low at 0.07888. Well, I'll just let you guys screenshot these levels because these are kind of dicey numbers. I don't want to mess them up on you. But this is what I'd be looking at, right? These are the next key levels. This is the value area. So not only are these the key levels, but we can also look to flip this to support. And this also gives us context into what to expect next out of price. So this is kind of the next area I would be looking at for serious resistance and kind of the next target to the upside. Other than that, locally, you could just kind of bing-bong around, kind of consolidate back and forth here at the current range, which obviously you guys know I would be pulling these volume profiles on. But that's really what I'd be looking at on Benke, right? I would be waiting for those higher prices to look for a bearish reaction. And yeah, like even your daily VWAP is looking to roll back up pretty aggressively here. So that's pretty interesting. 12-hour green dot looking to print. Interesting stuff. But those are the key levels I'd be looking at on Benke. And then real quick, guys, let's take a quick look at Matic. I don't want to leave anybody out here. Now, as you guys know, I think this was on Tuesday, we were looking for a potential move back up into number one, this golden pocket, right, and previous point of control. And then also we had this kind of descending channel, which was almost in perfect confluence with that golden pocket. And we were talking about how it may make for a nice little scalp short opportunity. And you did wind up getting that nice little move to the downside of about 6%. 6%. Beautiful little scalpable opportunity there. But we are basically, just getting rid of this range and stuff. Very similar to Bitcoin, right? Like you guys, this looks very similar to Bitcoin, right? You put the maybe you didn't get the bull divs here on. Oh, no, you did. No, you didn't. But yeah, we basically saw the same thing as Bitcoin, right? Got the move down, hit some key levels, got to push up into that golden pocket. And then, I would also still be watching this higher level between the 786 POC and value area high going all the way up to about 92, almost 93 cents. But again, just basically going according to plan. Looking for the bounce here. Rejection at the golden pocket, rejected at the golden pocket, rejected at the golden pocket. Can we get back above and shoot for that 786 value area high, which would be the next target to the upside for me on Matic? And let's take a look at the daily real quick. Yeah, VWAP coming up on the daily, 16-hour green dot printing. Can we make a shot for that second zone? Potentially. Keep an eye on it. And for those of you who are listening and not watching, those levels are sitting between 92 cents or 0.9274 and 91 cents, almost even, kind of. But with all that being said, guys, I think that's all we got for the Frankie Fake Out. Shout out to Donald Cabrera, said Fridays rock. Let's go. V-Sun said, long live Frankie Candles. Mrs. Candles, thank you. Thank you. Actually, funny enough, Mrs. Candles is actually not home right now, which is why I'm willing to look at multiple coins. But with all that being said, guys, I do have to feed myself as this chair sinks lower and lower. I do have to go feed myself, but Mrs. Candles isn't here to cook, so I don't know. I guess it's Aztec King Cactus Moss watered for dinner. But with all that being said, guys, I'll see you here, same place, same time, tomorrow night. Live, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate every single one of you guys from the bottom of my heart. Watch everything we talked about. It's all really important. This is a serious game, guys. But with all that being said, I'll see you guys next time. That's all I got. Hasta pasta. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong.
Here we go. At the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Ayy, on a roll, here we go, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming on my landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command, like, yeah, you about to see me on demand, like, you know, on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't ever going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Hey, on a roll, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll, hey, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know, yeah. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah. On a roll, here we go, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor.